And we're live. All right. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up. Shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, the Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers. Round town and long distance truck drivers, shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers, law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Whatever your job description is, shout out to you. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who want good for others. Wish good for others as much as you wish good for yourself. Don't let that go over your head. You're a good person. Shout out to you. Here we are on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Today is the 9th of the 9th, 2025, and we're happy to be here. That's September 9th, 2025, and we're happy to be here. Feeling good, feeling strong, looking forward to another birthday. My birthday is in 2 days, just putting that out there. Um, and I'm happy to be here. You know, we're in good shape for we're in good shape heading into a new birthday, just feeling good and being thankful for life at this point. See, don't know if you saw my video that I put up this morning. The video wasn't necessarily for my audience, so to speak. It was more like it's there, but it's more like a calling card. That's what that video is for. So I realized that some people weren't, like somebody said, I don't understand this video or something like that. I don't understand this video or don't understand what this video is for. The video was a video me doing a workout session with my son. So I have two sons who play football and they just turned seniors in high school this year. So they have 1 year of development before they go off to college, right? So that's what it's for. And we're gonna use this platform as a calling card. So all their training that we'll do, extra training outside of their training that they already do, because they already play for a team, they already do training on a daily basis. I have them on the weekends, so I'm gonna do extra training on top of that training in order to get them up to speed to where they're at, because they both want to go on to play D1 college football, which is very attainable for both of them. So this is the calling card for them. Therefore, when we start approaching these coaches, we'll be able to just send them to one location so they can see their conditioning and all that other stuff. That's what it's for, right? Charlotte's Law, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Michelle Taylor, RN, put some respect on it. Virtuous Fire. Marie's Message 411 TV is in the house. Big up to Marie. Thank you for being here. My fellow content creator sister, Marie's Message 411 TV. You can go over. Everybody in here should already be subscribed to Marie's Message. Everybody in here should already be subscribed to Lovely Aneka. If you're not, I don't know what's holding you back. Great Goodies, first one in the building this morning. Thank you for being here, Great Goodies. Great Goodies says, it's your Earth Strong. No, it's not my Earth Strong. It's my Earth Strong on the 11th, September 11th. You know, funny thing is, when 9/11 happened, right? Like, you know, the planes flying to the building and all these other things in New York. I was actually in Brooklyn at the time. I was in Brooklyn, New York when it happened at the time. And my family members worked in Manhattan. And my family members were, one of them worked in the World Trade Center, Gina. And Gina was caught up in it. And a lot of people from our area were caught up in it. But I remember waking up the morning, because, you know, it's your birthday and you want to sleep in a little bit. And I woke up the morning, I was like, yes, happy birthday to myself and thing. Turn on the TV like this, right? And saw just beer pandemonium on the TV. As soon as I turned it on, it went right to the news station, just beer pandemonium on the TV. And I turned it on just in time to see the second plane flying to the building. And so I was like, is somebody playing tricks? Is this real? Are they shooting a movie? What is this? It was a crazy time. It was I don't know if any of you were in New York at that time when that happened, but you know, you'll never forget my birthday if you remember 9/11. 9/11, September 11th, the World Trade Center came down. Yeah. So it was crazy. Us in Brooklyn now, we started running out the buildings. Everybody that was in a building was outside on the block, in the streets. We looking up in the skies. We like, man, we don't know where else. You know, people were thinking America was under attack. There are gonna be more planes, and we sitting there talking to each other like, yo, y'all want some weed? Roll up something, dog. Cause this might be with last. Like a split forget for one. Like people just talking to each other like, this is it. What we gonna do? You know, I'm not going back inside. I take my chances outside because if the building get hit and come down like them two buildings just came down, then we trapped in the building. So we stayed outside on the block like until the next day. It was crazy. It was and looking back now, it's like I think we could survive anything. Once people bond together and you have people, good people around you to go through stuff with, you could survive anything. You can survive anything. So we were all going through it. We were all going through it, and we were all pulling each other through it. You know what I'm saying? Um, Mrs. B Talks Health and Wellness with a Twist says, I was watching Good Morning America and I saw from the first plane fly into the building, and I said immediately, terrorist attack. My friend mom died. She died in one of the towers. Yeah, my cousin made it out the towers, but when it was like a zombie apocalypse, because all the people were walking across the Brooklyn Bridge coming back, walking away out of Manhattan. I mean, traffic was jammed up. No, nothing was going anywhere. The subway was jammed. Nothing was going anywhere. So people had to walk back from Brooklyn, from Manhattan to Brooklyn, right? And all of them were covered in it. You ever been to a party where, or you ever see when Caribbean people, it's your birthday and them flower you, like them fling flower upon your car, your birthday? Imagine thousands of people looking like they all got flowered. It looked straight out of a zombie apocalypse. You know what I mean? It was like, it was crazy. It was crazy. So yeah, thousands of people fully covered, like in this suit, which we found out later that it had chemicals in it that caused cancer and some radioactive something other, illnesses, so on and so forth. But boy, it was a crazy time. It was a crazy time. And then when they got back to the block, for those who lived in our area, when they got back to the block, people was washing them down outside on the block. They looked stunned. You know, it was crazy, very crazy. Karen says, my cousin died from the after effects from cancer. My friend's sister died, was body was never found. That's another thing. Some people disintegrated in that building. Disintegrated, like poof, like evaporated in that building. It was crazy. It was crazy. But that's the day, that's my birthday. So every time I go anywhere and somebody is like, you don't have to do anything that has to do with your birthday. And I'm like, they're like, okay, so when's your birthday? And I say September 11th. They always look up and go, September 11th? I goes, yes, September 11th. My, aren't you a lucky one? And they keep going. Like, aren't you a lucky? Me not have nothing to do with it. It is what it was, right? Quite a few people died from the after effects. Did you know that I think majority of the firefighters that were involved then, I think majority of them have actually passed on or are at end stage of whatever developments, whatever ailments they had developed from pertaining to what took place there. It, yeah, majority of them have passed on. Yeah. You were in school? Karen says, I was in school and they sent us home. Visiting that area still feels eerie, Nans. I haven't been back. I have not been back to that area. If you're talking about the area where the towers were, I haven't been back to that area since. So even as the years went by, I still never went back to that area. But I never used to go there anyways. I never used to go there anyways. Up we used to go past there, but nothing there to like chill and hang out and whatever. But yeah, Marie, that was 24 years ago. It's been a while. It's been a while, but it's something that we'll never forget, especially the people who lived it, you know. And you know how history repeats itself. So here's my thing. I just feel like that can happen again, but on a grander scale. And if it does happen on a grander scale, a lot of people are going to be super triggered, especially those who witnessed when that happened and lived through that happening. Yeah. We don't want to get into what we think about what really happened and all that, because then we're going to go down conspiracy theory roads. Next thing you know, the live starts to flicker and we lose access and everything starts shut down. Because I have a theory. But I don't want to say what my theory is this morning. Oh, Raddy's daughter says I lost my family in the second tower. Oh, damn. Yeah, a lot of people lost people, man. I could have lost people. My cousin said, she said when the plane hit the first building, because she works top floor on the second building. She said when the plane hit the first building, the first thing she said was, "Let's go." And she darted to the staircase and started shooting down the staircase. Don't wait for no elevator, no nothing. She just jumped down the staircase and start running down the stairs. And that was like, I think that was 100 and something floors, right? And that's how she made it out. A couple of people followed her when she said, "Let's go," and they went through the staircase and went down. She just had an eerie feeling that something else was going to happen, or what if this happened to our building too? We too close to it, and sure enough, their building got hit too. Yeah. But man, life goes on. Life goes on. Yeah. Anyway, here we are this morning, right? May those who lost their lives in that horrible, horrible, tragic event, and we went to war after that. May those who have lost their lives or lost loved ones in there, may those be comforted. The surviving members of those who lost their lives, and may those who lost their lives, may their souls rest in peace. You know, life can change in an instant, in the blink of an eye. That's what that morning taught me early. Life could change in the blink of an eye. You wake up, you're like, happy day, happy birthday to me. Boom. Just like that. Can't plan it, you know? Mrs. B talks health and wellness with a twist, says, I went back after they completed the memorial. I saw it on TV. I haven't been back. I don't really want to go back up there neither. I might be triggered. But yeah, man, life can change in the blink of an eye. You know, that's why myself wake up every day thankful and give thanks for what you have, for how you are now. It ain't gonna always be like this. I even tell my kids that a lot of times. I say spend a lot of time with each other, man. You have your siblings all around you. It ain't gonna be like this. I don't mean to start off the morning morbid or anything, but we always start off our day by giving praise. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not in control of this. We know we're blessed to be here. We know that we are being guided and we are being protected, and we give thanks for all that. So when you hear me say certain things, I know some I try to dampen the moment. We're gonna get into the topics that we came to talk about this morning, but we just have to start up, warm up the room, and get this off my chest still. You know what I mean? Even I remember not having any deaths in my family. I don't know if you remember that. I remember not having any deaths in my family for a long time. Like I grew up going to funerals because Miss Ruby used to carry go everybody funeral. Now that I'm grown, I understand that where we come from, it's traditional because those people, they grew up together, right? So when they start to pass out, they grew up together, they were lifelong friends or lifelong community members, and you get to watch. Imagine watching your people you know from primary school, basic school, turn 70, 80, 90. That all your life you've known this person from basic school days, right? Or preschool, for those of you who don't know what basic school is. right? And kindergarten and them, something that all the way up. So you get to see these people just like they see you, and you go through your stages of life with you from single days to married days to creating your family to how much picking you have to grandchildren, raising your children, them raise for them children, your children know their children. So Miss Ruby used to go to everybody's funeral, and we couldn't understand why this woman always going to next funeral again. You know, that's why y'all always hear me laughing and when I say like meet me by the river someday. Cause a funeral song. And every time you hear meet me by the river, not far away. Me I say, yes, next funeral I keep now. When my Lord shall call me home. And you hear the whoosh, whoosh. Cause them I dig the grave, whoosh, with the shovel, and then mix them all on the mortar, whoosh, whoosh. Happy, happy home, whoosh. That sound is stuck. It's stuck in my mind up till growing up big enough to see the same thing happen with both my grandparents. But I used to carry the funeral, everybody funeral I went to. And I remember this time, like asking myself when I was little, you know, growing up, me, I said, nobody in my family can dead. Cause it look like everybody else family have family members where I pass away. My family members, them healthy and strong and everybody living and nothing. Man, I be talking to my kids now. I tell them, I said, spend as much time as you can with each other. You know, your siblings, bond. Talk about your plans for your future. Talk about all the things that excite you and what you hope to do with yourself and this, that, and the other. Because life is not going to always be like this. That's why I just told my daughter that. I said, life is not always going to be like this. Things are going to change. I didn't tell her yet that things are going to change and some of the changes are not going to be good. You know what I mean? In your mind, you wish everybody is going to live to be 100. Everybody is going to be around forever. You know, I still remember the first time I realized that you're not going to live forever, and neither are any of the people that you love so much. That was a sobering moment. It was like, damn. So I started looking at my family members real different. Like, you're not gonna there, and I don't know when you're going. But wait now, when I finally looked at myself and said, you ain't gonna be here soon. You don't know when you going either. Oh, damn. So the whole of we are gonna dead? That sounds like the whole of we are gonna dead? Oh my gosh. And that's life. Coming to that realization is one of the realest wake up ever. And then years go by again. More people dying from everybody else family around me, all the people I grew up with knowing, you know. And I'm like, nobody in my family still not dead. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boy, it's like one, and then two, and then three, and then four. Some years I lost three one time, four one time. I'm like, blood fire, everybody in my family are dead off. Yo, so y'all hear me out this morning when I say, cherish the people them that really mean something to you, man. The ones who stick around, you know. I forgot who it was. I think it was Tyler Perry that gave that scenario when he used the tree, and he was like, there are root people, and then there are people who are like the leaves, and there are people who are like the branches, and so on and so forth. He's like, the breeze come in life, you know, little bit of breeze past the leaf people, then blow off and gone about them business. Meaning the first set of trouble you go through, slightest anything happens, they're out of there. They were super permanent, you know. But the root people, make sure you gather up your root people in your life, my friend. The root people are the ones who are here to stay. Make sure you gather them up and make sure you have a time of your life with them, because you just don't know. You just don't know. None of us control this, so we don't know. And I'm really at the age now where I actually see it. Like, yeah. Because when I started losing family members, boy, I was like, all right, God, you can't slow down a little bit now. You can't slow down a little bit now. Me get it. Me get it. Boom, next one. Boom, next one. I'm like, okay, so that now work neither. Like, God now listen to me. It's just time. You know? Yeah. So live life now while you have it here, my friend. Enjoy it now while you can, as best as you can, regardless of what's going on in it with you. Still find some reason for try to live it to the best of your abilities. Still find some reason for try to uplift your spirit and enjoy this ride right here. That's all I can say. Audrey said, I remember the first funeral I went to as a child was a schoolmate that passed, and my grandmother took me, and I viewed the body. I still don't like viewing to this day. Yeah. When you remember you got them country funeral there. Jamaica funeral them different. Caribbean funerals are different. But country funeral, way different. Yeah. Jamaica funerals are different. Caribbean funerals are different. But country funeral, way different. First of all, we have nine night, them string up music or play a banjo and guitar and drum and beat all pan and sing and carry on, and they are sending the spirit of the person who has passed away, right? They must send the spirit on them journey and these kind of things. And you know, food I cook, white rice and curry chicken, and who are gonna kill a goat today and a curry goat later and this, that, and the other. Then you have the one them with drink and junk and drop down and slide in the mud and bawl and cry and holler and you know, get emotional because it's them friend will pass away. And then you have the people them where them just come for the food. Them never like you your whole life, but them there for the food, right? And they're there to keep company too. They are part of the community. You might not have been that close with them, but them still a come pay them last respects, eat some food and drink some juice and thing. You know, beat two domino or whatever the case may be, night. And then funeral day. When funeral day happen now, you can look forward to that eerie silence and the first, when you get the first one there, just know say after that, more a come. Cause one ball set off a next ball in, set off a next ball in, and then when you go down a graveside now, you know, funeral days be long, boy. You gotta go through the church part first and the body up this one. Pastor come say him spiel. Cause everybody wanna send their family member off, you know, in the best way possibly. A casket of it pretty and all these things. And we go up there and we sit down and them sing hymn after hymn, after hymn, after hymn, after hymn. And pastor talk and somebody preach and say a word and family members say their spiel, and you know, then we have to go from this on now down to the graveyard. Then we reach at the graveyard now. I want Lex long something that again before we commit the body to the ground and all these things are gonna go on. So then somebody want to jump down in the grave with the casket. Oh, carry me with you, carry me with you. I can't live without you, carry me with you. Oh, you never see that? Yo. Oh, I carry me with everything. People roll and gone down in the hole with the casket here. Somebody I said, take her out. Oh, look how take her out now. She down in there. Somebody said, left her in there. Left her ass in there. Yo, funeral in Jamaica something else, especially country funeral. Ah, boy. Even in your grieving, y'all gonna bust a laugh. You know, I gotta love my people and my country, boy, because even in your grieving, you're gonna bust a laugh. Diving at a casket now. I mean, diving at the grave now. I bet say somebody out there say, left him Ross in there. But start throwing dirt on him. But when I'm going in there for? Or somebody I say, I should have you going there instead of she. Oh man. Gotta love it. You know, say, I true cause she did tell me to look, but me did look how fast. Yeah. You go look on the dead body and know you can't get it out of your mind. All these things. Yes, Marie, we take bad things and make laugh. Make laugh out of it. Because what we are gonna do? Cry all the time. You can't cry all the days of your life. You know what I mean? At some point we have to start laughing. And I tell people this all the time too, that Caribbean people, especially me know for Jamaican people for sure, but I've been around a lot of Caribbean people throughout my years. So I could really say Caribbean people on this one. We are a funny set of people. Like I don't think anybody who is going to be with a person from the Caribbean, they must really love you, and then they must really study the culture, because certain things that we say and the way how we say things or the way how we react to certain things, you know, a lot of people find the way how we are offensive. But if you're around Caribbean people, it's not found offensive. A lot of stuff is not found offensive. It's actually like a normal thing. And then we even laugh with you if laughing is there to be done, right? I've tried when I first started doing this right here. I tried doing like certain kind of jokes and stuff. Oh my God. You should have seen the comments. The comments were like, that shit is not funny. I don't know why you think that's funny. Why you I'm like, chill. Why are you so serious? Like, you can't recognize it as a joke. It's a joke. And then my Caribbean audience started to grow and grow and grow. So I'm not to really explain myself no more. You know what I mean? We laugh. We laugh to prevent from crying. We laugh when we're serious. We laugh when we are mourning. We find reason for laugh. In it. Even at the funerals, you'll see people crying and them a laugh and crying at the same time. Because then as soon as they start crying, you know, we're not going to see her again. Oh, God. And then somebody say, you remember the time when she did Kuff Brian in a film head back on it and him fall down, he step them. Yeah, kind of bright up himself. You know, she was a serious woman, you know. And everybody start laugh. Like, it's just the way how we are, you know. I just always laugh when people get pushed accidentally in a big hole. No, yeah, or when them say, carry me with you, oh God, me can't live without you, and somebody push them, go on now. And then you hear, take her out, take her out. Somebody come take her out now. She down there with the coffee, come take her out. I down there, she fi stay. That's funny. Ah. All right, so this is what we got on the board this morning, right? Jamaica rural school bus system, the children look, how they looking, what the school bus system is looking like, the new rules. Well, we got to talk about the rules. Live on the air with SouFLo, good morning.
Hey, SouFLo, how are you?
I'm good, family. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Do you have us on speaker or Bluetooth?
Sorry to interrupt. No, I don't.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, get kind of a...
Just a quick question. Sorry to interrupt.
All right, go ahead.
Is there a story about Squash's father being in ICE custody? I'm seeing a lot of headlines, but I was kind of waiting for you to speak on it. If there's anything to talk about.
No, I haven't gotten that.
You haven't seen anything? Okay.
I saw other stuff though, involving like World Dog and all that. I'm putting stuff together,
together.
Yeah,
okay, I'm waiting.
All right, all right,
all right. I'll keep listening. Thank you.
All right,
bless.
All right. Yeah, I always laugh when people get pushed accidentally in the hole. Audrey said, "Audrey, you come in like me definitely would have laughed." Bury our backside in there with him. And then when they be trying to get back out the hole, oh, you know, but I want go. Come out, man. Somebody come here and take her out now. You know, but I want go. And they fall in there and they realize that, oh, damn, like this it. And then dirt start throwing. Jamaica rural school bus system, the children, the school buses, operating in full effect. Jamaica all-girls school ban edges. Edges, for those of you who don't know, the hair. But there's more. There's like a whole new fashion rollout ban going on. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Jury duty being left to the poor people in Jamaica, according to Judge Sykes. Live on the air with SouFLo, good morning.
SouFLo.
Yes, family, what go on?
SouFLo.
Yes, sir.
Respect, you know. I mean, man.
Manners, sir. Manners and
respect. Respect. SouFLo. Why you not cry for me when you're alive? When me can't hear you. Why you not help me when you're alive when me can't hear you?
When you can't appreciate it.
When me can appreciate and do all of these nice stuff near you. Me have $1, me can share it with you. Why when me did you go do that?
Big expensive casket and pretty bouquets of flowers and...
Oh my God, what a rich burial. So rich.
Yeah. That's
so glad I see the video this man with your son when you train them to play the football. Manners and respect. And do what a dad does, yeah?
Indeed.
Manners and respect. We don't want nobody love me when I'm dead. Love me now.
Saying.
Now go back in the chat. Love me, yeah?
All right, brother.
Love me.
Yeah. It is something that we do. You know, then we spend $1 million for your funeral, but don't ask them for $1 while you're alive. It's something that we do too. Another thing. The casket expensive, them brag about how them send you off good and something, but they wouldn't help you live, you know? when you're alive, they want you. When you're alive, they're not people that you can ask for anything. But when you're dead, and them come ball the hardest. I always say that the people who are at the funeral crying the hardest are usually the people who showed the least love to you when you were alive, you know. And here sometimes here all my auntie them talk about a guilt that seem there. Oh, well, so hear him. A guilt that kill him, you know. Yeah, you hear him a ball. Guilt. When last him come look for mama? The boy then never come look for his mother and watch him. Big, pretty flowers, expensive casket, and him a ball like baby. Guilt that kill him. And you see all that people them when they run her all the time. You know, look for Sherry. Sherry's not ball. And Sherry's there foot every day. You see Sherry's a shed a tear yet? Me there the whole time mama sick. You see me a ball? Because we had peace with it. Him, with him wicked self. I just know. The woman ball, the woman beg. Her last wish, her only boy picnic, she said she want to see him before her eye them lock. I see the woman eye lock her, she didn't get to see him. He might come ball over casket, move and go. Yo, hey, Lyle, beer gossiping and go on a funeral. All right, when you're alive to dead, but when them are cry. When you're alive, them won't help you to stay alive. Them won't help you to live a decent life. But when you're dead, everybody a ball and then bring you the most expensive and nicest things. Give it all to me now. Yeah, me like the caller we just calling. Give it all to me now. I want to know when me alive, when me can do something with it. Nobody come tell me, boy, you love me. I know I was a good guy and all these things. Me dead, me can't hear you. Me gone. I'm floating out there somewhere. And my body is not in no grave either. You know? That's another thing. It's hard to... I respect a burial site because it holds certain level of significance. And I would even say something spiritual about it, but at the same time, I know that that's not where that person is. You know? But there's no sense. You know, say, funny enough, before my brother passed away, right? My grandmother, no, after my brother passed away, it's like I couldn't dream to my brother or nothing. And I wanted to like dream, at least dream, see him one time when would I say, I mean, okay, bro, or something. So I traveled to Jamaica, and when I got to Jamaica, Miss Ruby, grandma said, your brother was here, you know. Yes, he was here up to last night. Mm-hmm. I said, when him reach him tired, you see? Yes, can travel far, you know. I say, rotted, like them something there, them something here, you know. This is our culture, people. This is our culture. Other people might look upon we like we're crazy, but this is our culture. America, my brother passed away, right? 23 years old, passed away in the US. And I couldn't dream see him or nothing. Remember I told y'all I didn't even cry. I couldn't cry because I had to like get into that role there and make sure that everybody else all right to go through, especially my mom, to go through the mourning process of losing her wash belly. Wash belly, for those of you who don't know, that means that's your last baby. So after that, my grandmother, Miss Ruby, I said, yeah, man, your brother was here, you know. Me not ask her nothing about him, you know. Me just come to see my grandmother. And she said, your brother was here, you know. So when she said your brother was here, me I said to myself, say, can you there foreign too long sometime? Me I said, brother was here. Which brother? Because the brother we may have gone. And she was like, Jamie, Yes, him was here. Up to this morning, up to last night, up to yesterday. I say, him was here, Grandma. She said, yes, man, him was here, you know. Him did tired, you know, when him reach, him did tired. Poor thing, him was traveling far, you know. But him all right now. You know, him all right, him good now. I say, rotted. And that's exactly what I had wished for him too. I had wished for him to be among his people, upon the piece of land where him born upon, grow and play upon before him left yard. He's younger than me, so by a few years. Well, so if me left yard young at that age, I can imagine say him left really, really young. So one time him start go through him troubles and stuff in the US, you know, we were trying to tell him, say, Jim, just left out of the place here. You know, just go yard. But he couldn't make the connection. He couldn't make the connection because he left too early. So he was like more, I would say he was more Americanized than the rest of us. You know? So that. But yeah, man, from a grandmother tell me say him reach, it put like a smile on my spirit. Not my face, on my spirit. It was like, okay, because I didn't discuss that with her. And as soon as me reach, that's the first thing she said. You know? So it put like a smile on my spirit, like him actually go. Him go, him among him people them. And now that they are on the other side, you know, one joyful reunion type of thing. See? All right, enough of that. Let's get into this. The school bus system. Yes, Mervin. The peace. It was peace. It was peace. Oh, one more thing. That same time when she did that, I slept like a baby. I had been having problems falling asleep, going to sleep. So remember me telling us that sometimes I stay up for 2 days straight, like straight 48 hours. No shut eye, nothing. You know. After she told me that, I slept like a baby. And the house have zinc roof on it. And you know that same old feeling there from your little when the rain a fall hard in Jamaica, breeze a blow good up in the country there, and you can hear the rain beat on the zinc roof and stuff. I slept, man, me sleep. I remember the sleep. I want to talk about the sleep. No. That's how good that piece of sleep that was. And I hadn't slept like that in years. In years. That's why I said it put a smile on my spirit for my grandmother just said that. Another thing that taught me is that we are all so more connected than we think or than we even know. You know what I mean? My grandmother came and visited me about a year after she passed and needed one last hug, and she knew it, and she came to give it to me, says Audrey. And you know, Audrey, people, we look upon we like a foolishness we are chatting up, and a madness, and we don't just believe any little thing we don't want to believe. Yeah, but them say believe kill and believe cure. So if that you believe and that carries you through, then that is as real as it gets. You know what I mean? I don't fight people with them beliefs or with what they know or what they say they know, because I'm not them. And we're all going through this thing called life, and we're all having different experiences that we can share with each other and learn from each other through them experiences that we're having. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, man. Heard that because during the time when I was planning my son's funeral, boy, that rough. That rough. Unanswered questions. Boy, Dorothy, I can tell you. I can tell you. Nan says we had rain and later turned out sunny sky. A heart was formed in the clouds in the shape of two swans when Daddy arrived later on that afternoon. Yeah. I remember after we laid my brother to rest, we were coming from the graveyard and we are driving at the truck and the sun just come up bright in a one place. And my CD player just selected, randomly select Highway and song, Life Seeds. And I'll never forget that. It was gloomy and the sun just came out in one place. Like it's like it was shining through a portal, and it was right ahead in the road. And no matter how me I drive fast, like me I go past it, I couldn't pass it. It just kept going further and farther in front of me, and the CD thing just select. Because it's a mixed CD in the thing, And the mixed CD had like 44 songs on it. Me never touch, play, nothing. Live Seeds I Sow just started playing. Live Seeds I Sow, bound that to Babylon and bury. Soon as the song they start play, boy, I get chills all over, and I just felt at peace, But things happen in life that you can't even explain, my friend. Can't even explain. And we just go through this thing, half our experience, we don't really have an explanation for or fully understand what it is. But we here and we going through it. One more thing I'll say is this. Anything you going through, just know, say you ain't the only one that's going through it. Somebody out there going through the same thing you going through too. Right? Yeah. All right. Back to Jamaica we go now. Have y'all seen the school bus system, the rural school bus system, the different videos that are being played online? I must say that I am loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Seeing the kids on the school bus, and them look so happy. Everybody well groomed, and Jamaica stay already, right? Back to school, you go back to school fresh and clean, and everybody look nice, and school uniform well crisp and new, and all of that. The first thing I noticed I said to myself when I saw the kids in the bus was, there are no predators on the bus. Adult predators on the bus. If you grew up in Jamaica at any point, and you went to some level of school in there, and you had to travel for school, you know what I talk about. Remember the bus them, when them used to put the girl picnic or woman, but the big school girl them used to small up yourself, up in the bus. Come on, man. You sit down and feel up. Come on, man, and you can make more space than that. Small up yourself. Go in. And the bus them rampack. And I would look up front where the driver is, and at that school girl there. And they would put her to sit in the middle of the seat them, between the passenger seat and the driver seat. And then them would have her leg open. And her leg would be one leg over here, so one leg over here. So, and the gear stick with the driver, I select the gear them with, is in between her leg. So I'm a driver, every time I select, I'm gonna look on the girl and laugh and thing, and select the gear them, so go down in the gear them, so select gear in between the girl leg. Them kind of something there. Or conductor used to make sure and load up the bus. No space, no left for nobody else come in except for female lap. And is one of those chosen girls now. I forgot sit down for female lap. That's why grandma them used to tell the girl picking them, though, sit down for no boy picking lap, So you see the girl them come from up which part me come from? Most of them, you would have said the girl them sit down on top of our next girl. When them pack we in like sardine, because one get left a road, the girl them sit down on top of our next girl, Then you have the little fast one them, or the ones them that they purposely made it like there was no choice. You either go get left car, everybody else pack up in there. Nobody now come wait for you. You have to go sit down on the doctor lap. All right, me sit down on the knee them. So looking at the school bus now and seeing the children them on the bus, knowing that they don't have to go through that, it brings a smile to my face. And I want the people them to realize that this is not political, because nobody didn't say they didn't want the school bus system. They said they wanted a different approach to it. Like more, like better buses, newer buses, etc. But hey, that gone through the gate already. The bus them up on the road, they're running. The only thing I don't like is they keep showing me the buses in areas that the roads are well paved. Yeah. The road them nice round there, so everything look good. I want to see the bus them in our like where I come from. Yeah. I want to see the bus them rural, like real rural. Now I didn't know. Somebody correct me. But I did not know that certain places were considered country. Like Montego Bay was considered country or rural. I thought rural was like which part me come from, like Trelawney, Clarendon side, you know, them place there was considered rural. Anyway, the school bus system is in play. I like it. I see some people are talk about none of the PMP people them better not put them PMP picnic on the bus, you know. Straight JLP picnic alone for them on the bus, cause how them fight out the bus. Nobody was fighting out the bus. And even then, you can't put children in a politics, right? So the bus them in, the bus are for all the children, regardless of what political party their family members, adults supported. Somebody said Westmoreland is country, cause you know, when Shakira them be saying Westmoreland is country, I don't get it. I don't get it. Montego Bay's country. Yeah. Which part me come from up in the hills of Clarendon there? One time we hear places like Montego Bay, we think tourists, not country. When we hear Westmoreland, we think Negril, tourists again, not country. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Life see thy soul.
Yeah.
Sibo Perry. Life see thy soul.
Why ask the Papa?
So from one love here.
Yeah, brother.
You feel like from the year, big up yourself, Batman.
Man has a respect,
one love.
Sir. One love.
One love. Life see over so see over Berry, yeah?
Yeah. True.
So that's the
I think you're not called to tell me something about. I think you're not called to tell me something about country. Say it's not country. Anyway, I didn't know that was country. I thought that was Raddy's daughter. Raddy's daughter. I thought that was, and I've been to Westmoreland now many a times, and nothing about it no country to me. Too much car up on the road. The population too big. The place too developed. That can't be country. My idea of country not developed. So much car not up on the road. You see which part me come from? A few cars pass through there and everybody knows whose car it is that's passing through there. When you're there, Westmoreland car fly past your bike fly past you don't know nobody. I just up and down so like a town, you know. The only thing is them have more trees and them have pretty beaches and all them something there. So we can't call that country. Manchester is country. Yeah, Manchester is country. Trelawney is country. Clarendon country. Them say St. Anna country. Like where? These places are big and developed with all these big fancy things. I don't country that. Some want to see the rural school bus them in the rurals, the actual rurals. Then me will say, oh, all right. I want to see them take on Christiana Road and go up through Silent Hill area. You know? Everybody has say, yes, it is SouFLo. I guess. How is St. Anne? How is St. Anne country? See, which Great Goodies are asked the same thing. Which part of St. Anne country? Babe. Yeah, well, no, I can't ask you that because you consider Westmoreland country. So, although, me not lie, no, I take that back. Some part of no, because that's still in country. I was going to say some part of Westmoreland is country, but no. Some part of Westmoreland are country, not true? Yeah. In the bush. In the bush. We are around a backhoe. Yeah. That and me like that about the place though, because the city part is not too far. It's like right around the corner. Yeah, like around all up. Yeah, that's a country. That are my vibes right there. So still. Every tree grow fruits. The place just well fruited up and food up and nice and shaded, and you're like in your own world around there, in your own little zone of peace and quiet. But I don't see St. Anna's country. Maybe they have parts like where I'm talking about. Anyway, for the rural school bus system, I would actually like to see the bus them in the rurals. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm good, my brother. How you doing?
All right. Some people used to always call Moby a country.
Really?
Yeah, from ever since. See a country you come from. As long as you come from Moby. Them just anywhere else a country. I just town for them, But I believe countries where you have a lot of bush and farm and acres of land, and the house is space apart. Like sometimes you have when you see one neighbor, then when you look, you have to drive at least half mile to see your next neighbor, and a lot of cows and animals, and you don't see no flat land and a lot of high-rise building or so on. A place that's not developed.
Yeah. That's why I say like Westmoreland now. Well, Westmoreland might have places there like communities, districts that look like country, I would say, but
because you go someplace and
I'm mostly tourist something missing.
Yeah. But I thought to say, place to like have river and all them things that where it's just mostly a lot of bush and farm, and when you see the house and you see that a zinc and it just have cellar bottom and sorry about that.
No, not why for the bottom, but here right Roddy's not Anna Roddy's daughter. Somebody just said that no country not there again, but if you come to where I'm from, country still definitely there. The only thing where I go on a country now is Jerome and the zinc house and them something there again. Everybody house build up and them have big house now and all this, but a country. I still
so country. Nobody no make out a hut and straw mud again.
No, that's a for one time you go up on the farm and you have somewhere for run go when time the rain start beat down, or if the sun get too hot in a middle of the day. You still mix your sugar and water in a cheese pan with, cut to bugger lime and squeeze in it and something, and you go chill in your little hut and take a relax in a day. But no, nobody now live like that again in a country at all.
Some people, the kitchen used to out a door and the toilet and bathroom out a door. Everything got back in the house now.
Yeah. Most people a country don't have outside toilet no more. Them don't have shit house pan them land no more. Yeah, I want that few do. I actually not yet. No, they gone from my grandparents them place too. Yeah, I didn't see nobody with it when we did it. The last time we did it in January gone there, I realized nobody has it anymore. Everybody inside now, my friend. Flush toilet and shower and these kind of things, and up to par and speed with first world.
We might nobody not to know about go carry water on their head and stuff to beard and flush toilet and all them things.
No, everybody have black tank now and them have water truck and you pay a water truck to fill up your black tank. No more of that. Go down a spring, go carry water, come up hill on your head, or go out a pipe, go catch water in your bottle them. They don't do that again and full up a drum them. They don't do that again. That gone.
So that means say nobody now burn calories again?
Yeah. So everybody big and fat. Hey, I was up in Clarendon up in the hills there. Here Shakira, me say, yo, a big man up here, all the man them up here look like them 6 foot and taller, see? So me a bragging on me, I tell her, say, because of the good food that we eat up here, right? Great yam and breadfruit, dasheen and cocoa and them something there. And she was like, yeah, and the woman them look the same. The woman them look the same way too. The woman them up there look the same way like the man them too. Big and strapping like the man. Like the man them. Ah.
And you know, enough time you sit the man and woman that fight when we go back country. And you want to see a woman sometimes twist down and sit down for the man, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll beat them up sometime.
Yeah, man. That's right, you know.
Yo, the worst one them for watching on the one them where the man always there run bar and the woman she eat be a good food. Strong, you know. Yeah, can Mr. Woman pick up and flip her man already and sit down for him and beat out him right to the road.
So you feel that hot water used to make people strong?
Hot water?
Yeah.
No, sir, we used to feed the hog with that.
Oh my God. Yeah, some people.
If some people drink hot water.
Yeah, man.
I tried it.
Part,
I've tried it. It just tastes like one kind of soup or one kind of tea, something. But me not drink hot water. That's when you, for those of you who don't know what hot water is, that's when you like peel all your provisions. You peel the breadfruit and yam and stuff and it cook in the pot and then you skim off the water and drink it or dash it to it, whatever. The water that's left in that pot is pot water. Yeah. We give that to the hog them.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much you learn. Growing up a country, you can always survive. But you say if we have starvation or so, you know, we can survive.
Oh yes, man. Yes. And plus country is a place of abundance though. Cause honestly, when me there town, you see, when me there town, everything I have to buy like me there foreign. I see people have them little fruit trees and stuff, but it's theirs and you know it's theirs. Cause everything grill off and bar off and block off, and, you know. But in a country, it's like trees them. You would have think the tree them grow wild. Somebody property, you know. But it's how the property them run beside public road and whole heap of food just there in abundance. And if you pick a one and two thing, nobody not say nothing to you. If you go to the people them place, go load up a truck back, say yeah, go a market, go make a money, now you're stealing, right? And you might get hurt for that. Matter of fact, you will get hurt for that. But if you're a pass and you pick to something, in one of my blogs them when I was in Jamaica, I actually did that. Me see the people, I forget how me did I pick. A plum you send me for? You almost get me. I lucky. I thought nobody was around. So we drive past and we think nobody there. I think a Trelawney we got through to. And I thought nobody was around. So I pull off and I say, this will be good for the vlog and we can show you. So I pick the plum them and stuff. I'm gonna hear somebody say, hello. Hello. Where you do over here, so? I said, good afternoon. Me can pick two of your plum them. Just like that, and then say, yeah, man, go on. Pick as much as you want.
Which voice are you?
I want
the American voice?
No, I don't use no American voice from their yard, especially in their country.
So, me remember when some of my cousins them, every time grandfather come from bush, and go sit down and the little kids them run on and start searching clothes and pick ticks off and back, and you used to pick ticks off of Mas Ruby too?
Mas Clevey? Mas Clevey. No, sir. Mas Clevey picking one ticks off and Mas Clevey is funny, you know. I was a don't touch me kind of man. Mas Clevey will come in with one hand of banana, ripe banana, and put it down on the veranda. And whistle gone round the background of the kitchen, and we the kids them just run go out there because we know say it's ours. And we run go out there and we just done the banana them, eat banana after banana after banana. And then there's a man who's gonna make himself a cup of coffee and come back and sit down in crossing leg them when he sit down. And just look out and drink him coffee. People are past the yard. Even Mas Clevey and him say, aye, all right, sir, all right, and keep on drinking coffee. You know, you're not picking no ticks off him though, man. He was
you have the gross Mitchell, you have the monkey, and you have the bullfrog banana. Yeah, but a lot of different bananas.
A lot of different bananas. Yeah.
But then you used to still break the banana before you eat it.
Before you push your whole banana in your mouth.
Yeah, we got you.
Later. Rascal. Yo, why? I see Jamaican men eating bananas like this now. They be like, and break the banana. We're friends for eat banana now regular. When we look a picnic, we never care about them something there. We yam the banana just like that. We peel it and yam the whole light. Yeah. All sometimes the banana there, one bite or half a banana gone. Lovely and Naked said, I go Florida last year, go see a neeseberry tree growing on the sidewalk. No fruits on it. What? I'm say I go pick two and still let me get traced out by a Jamaican lady. Sidewalk. I which part of Florida you did there? I ain't gonna lie. Down in Fort Lauderdale, we were down there not too long ago when we went to go check out the party place. And there was this one community, it's kind of looking like an upscale community in Fort Lauderdale. Somebody might know which part it there. But the house them around, they look expensive. The place look nice and pretty. But it's like every one of the property them around there have huge mango trees. And the mango trees were so loaded that the limb them drop low. I talk about one tree have like a couple hundred mango, you know. But I talk about no couple of mangoes. I'm talking about like 100 mango per each tree. Whole heap of mango. I mean, I drive through and I stopped for a second. I was like, yo, man, I pick some of them mango here, you know. But then when I looked at the property, I look at the kind of place it is. You know, nobody shoot me off of them property, sir. Because in America, them love shoot people off of them property. So I didn't bother picking the mangoes off there. If I was in Jamaica, I would have. You know, you can't ask people for stuff in Jamaica, them give it to you, especially down a country. Yeah, man, take as much as you want, man. Like that. Because bird, them a drop off of the tree, bird and yam them, all kind of something. And the people know. The people know. Yeah, them have one by doctor office and them just drop off on a rotten, says Charlotte's Law. See? In Jamaica, they know that. When I went last time when I was there, like going around the property, there's so much food that's just spoiling. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
And SouFLo, are you talking about funerals still?
No, we left that long time. But we're
okay.
in. What were you gonna say?
I just put a comment in the comments about the. I've only been to four funerals in my life.
Oh, were you the one that said that? I saw the comment. You only been to about 4 funerals in your life?
Yes. And then listen, I'm a hospice nurse. And I'm the only child my mother has. So the other day I tell her, Mommy, if you go before me, don't expect me to do anything, no memorial, no funeral. But guess what? I have an auntie that's 94 that don't have any kids. And she has made me responsible for her. She's made her funeral arrangements, but she's made me responsible for putting things together. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. And it's the same thing. I have another aunt.
You don't want to do it, or you just scared to do it, or what?
I don't have I don't know how to. I've heard what her wishes are and what she hopes for, but the past and all that, I can't. I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to set it up, but I'm going to make sure that everything is like, but I'm not participating.
Let me ask you this.
If you know what I mean.
Who's going to do it for you when your time comes?
Nobody's to do, maybe my kids, and they have no experience with it either. But listen, they have one other auntie that's 83 and her only child is autistic. So she's also going to need my help. And my uncle, my two uncles are not going to help.
Well, it's the responsibility that comes with having family, my friend. Somebody's got to do it. You have to go start do some research.
Never go call me SouFLo family if you help me.
Yes, man. Yes, because only if we in plan funeral already and go through them something there already.
God.
You go through 4 funerals in your life. with Miss Rubin, I got through 4 funerals probably in about half a year.
I remember that.
Yeah, all right, Fred.
You guys have a good day.
You too.
And take care of yourselves. And I'm gonna go back in and listen.
All right. Have a good one, yes?
Okay, you too. Bye.
Yeah, man. So that's something that you're gonna have to just do. You know, somebody have to do the sending off. Somebody have to go send you off to. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFlo.
Morning, family. How you doing?
Very well. I get you again, SouFlo. How are you doing?
I'm good enough. Can't complain at all. I don't want to. Talk to me now.
I leave you so much messages and I write so much emails.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Pertaining to what?
SouFlo, me now waste my time now. You have to go check that. Me I talk to you when I talk to you now.
But me just clean out my email and me never say nothing.
Lord have mercy, SouFlo. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The lady not to fret about putting a funeral together.
Right.
She just want to hear the wishes, have the things, have the money, the funeral, home, we do everything. Everything.
True. True.
Yeah, that's how it go. And we Kingston and used to carry water from our head too. When water lock off. Nothing at the 60s, nothing, well, me grew up in the 60s and the early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
But later on, when me become a woman now, when I have my 2 daughters, me live next door to you now.
See,
but when we live at Jamaica, we carry water for our head when in the 80s and 90s, when early 90s. Well, me left early 90s.
At town, at Kingston?
Yeah, man, when water lock off. When I'm a conserve water. So water come back in the pipe, but if you not get the water, you have to go look water.
So
I feel
so for we now, we did just have to carry water every day.
Well, we never carry every day.
Literally, like it was a part of your growing up. You come from school, you know, so carry water time come. So you have to carry water till all the drum them full up. Yeah. So we used to carry water every day.
But me born at Kingston, but my grandfather and mother come from country part, and father too come from the country part. So me respect rural living.
Yes.
Me respect it. Me just leave your message about Kingston life out. Me never hungry yet.
Only they have trees,
so
fruit trees and food and them something.
Eh?
So you grew up with like on your own farm and them thing there?
No, we never have farm. We live in a Kingston 12. We live between Annatown and Jonestown.
Okay.
So Rima was just below we and Tivoli Gardens. We below we. But me grew up between Annatown and Jonestown, Admiraltown and Craigtown. Right in our circle.
Okay.
Yeah. But we have our own place. And my grandfather always got himself tobacco at Ewood Street and Princess Street. And where all the country people them come, him always buy food and bring one. We're never hungry yet. And my grandmother now will come from St. Elizabeth. Cabani, Robin Mango, Blue Jars, this thing when name like a pudding we wrap in a banana leaf.
Yes.
Come to Kingston. So me know a country life, although me never live a country.
Blue Jars,
but me respect people from country.
True.
Because them are hard working, good people.
You can't make blue jars?
No, me never learned to make it. Yeah, but my mother make pudding, but she make it in a thing where she put it on the stove, but upon the coal stove.
Fire top and fire bottom.
Yeah. Hallelujah and a middle.
Yes.
Know, hallelujah the pudding.
Yeah. A real country thing that, you know.
Yeah, so me love the country people, them man.
Seeing.
Respect.
All right, manners and respect, family.
All right, take care.
You too now.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, who remember pudding? When my grandmother make pudding, that's how the pudding was making in a big dutchie with fire under it, the pot, fire upon top of the pot. She said hallelujah in the middle. Alright, so watch out. Let's change gears for a second here. Let's change gears for a second. Them say town girls can't cook. Them say town girls can't cook. That's why the town man them drive so far. When town man missing, them says a country girl have him lock up down a country. I've heard many stories of men escaping from but I've heard stories both ways though. I've heard many stories of men escaping from town and them gone missing. Woman can't find her husband, all kind of thing. And a country him there. Yeah, wrap up down a country with a with a country girl. I get some good cooking, good food, and some good treatment. Remember them one day we used to all bust bumping a face and them kind of sitting there. Then they're sitting there again. You have to get one old school country girl. And then we've heard the stories about the country girl them to run the Ghana town. Some man have them lock up a town in a place. Country come to town. I like that about town girls. Me a town girl. Hold on there. What did you say? Me a town girl. Bad in the kitchen. Said, Nisha, you're the new town girl. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo. Nisha here.
Welcome, Nisha.
We're not this up town girl, you know.
Why
not take that one there, though.
Why you say you can't cook? You can't handle yourself in the kitchen.
Oh, you mean?
Expert.
Me not like that, man. Me not like how my sister them diss me.
Ugly
You see the
yourself.
comment and everybody that going, yeah, country girl. No, man, get town girls some ratings, man.
See it?
No, man, this was big time, man. Me can't talk for me.
Yeah. And that's
No,
I think.
man, my body in the kitchen, man.
But here what? A lot of town girls can't cook though. And
They think that some country girls, some of the countrymen, them can't cook too.
yeah, man, especially the new generation one, them. None of them can't cook neither. Because they put KFC a country now, so KFC every corner you turn it up.
Fast food them there.
Yeah, Pizza Hut their country, KFC their country, cook shop for every corner, beer granny are cooking a cook shop.
Yes,
So a girl them
but
can't
no,
cook
man,
neither.
town woman them can't cook.
Seeing. So represent for the town girl them then.
Some, yeah man, some of the country woman them can cook. Not all.
Can.
But town girl them bad. Our body in the kitchen, our body in the bed.
Blood fire.
Alright, so I'm gonna look at edge over the country people them. We have different town girl them.
Yeah. Here what? You know something not touch that one there.
You don't want to touch it.
No, me I left that one there.
Later.
Big up yourself. Later.
Yeah, bless her. Cool. Alright.
I saw a sneaky, the country girl them sneaky. Lisa said she had defend the town girl them straight. Body in the kitchen, our body in the bed. Country girls are better. We are more sneaking with it. And that nonce. That part there. The sneaky part. Country girl. Yeah, when you see them, you know, they look like them ready to be anybody's wife. Well, the old school country girl them I talk about. When I talk about the new school country girl them. Country and town is not the same like it used to be. You know, one time you could actually really tell who come from country, you know. One time you could actually really tell who come from country. You don't just look on somebody and say, what that she have on? You know, and then they'll be like, a country girl, man. Yeah, what that him have on? A country boy, man. Not again. Town people look like country people look like town people now. That's why I be telling people, say you can't go to Jamaica and think you show off for nobody because you coming from foreign. Because everybody down there dressed like them a star, my friend. Yeah? The people them who I actually see in Jamaica who dress down are people who fly in. Like those of us who live overseas, most of the time, we look like we don't have it, kind of thing. And most of the time it's just because we're just comfortable. You know, like me go Jamaica, I don't go to Jamaica to like dress up and try impress nobody. So you'll find me in the same black t-shirt, them V-neck cut all the time, or a wife beat on some shorts with some slippers all the time, or I might put on some sneakers. I don't know. But just even them in a them simple dressing, you know, everything well coordinated up and look like they could go from the street to the market to the club to an event somewhere, out to dinner somewhere, and at them regular everyday look that. See, I know like one time when people fly in, you can be like a foreigner, you know. You can tell, say a foreigner. Not again. You drive around Jamaica and you look around, everybody look like them flying this morning. Times have changed. Yeah. So maybe the stereotypes, I'm doing them for a joke, but maybe the stereotypes don't even exist anymore. You know what I mean? Instead of saying town girls can't cook, just know say everybody can cook. Cause new generation we talk, new generation everybody cannot cook. Cause everybody gonna everybody gonna KFC, Burger King, McDonald's. If you can name it, it's there. Are the cook shop them? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. What go on?
Yeah, defend the country girl them.
Yeah, defending blood fire. What you know?
Clarendon we come from.
Hi, Murray.
Nathan Clarendon.
See?
Yes, me I represent the country girl them. We
Um,
can cook, we can please a man, we can wash.
all of the
We can
above.
wash without washing machine.
See it there?
We can do the crepes with the hand them.
See it there?
Yeah.
See it there?
And town girl,
Yeah.
then we do the wicked Islam.
Yeah.
But the country girl, they know how to make love to you.
Right.
Me I go back in a chat.
All right, do that. Aye. You know, me not touch that neither. I'm not touching that one either. See him so. You're not street, but see him so. You know, can't have those. I'm not touching any of those this morning. Watch. Anger and support greet school dress code enforcement. You know, school start back and the picnic them are after school in Jamaica. Everybody in them best of the best and thing. So from there are bands on edges. Ladies, I don't know whether something here with the edge thing. I don't know, it's like big baby hair or something is supposed to be. Right. From bands on edges to restrictions on tight pants, black hair dye, and even belt buckle, stricter school dress codes are igniting a heated debate across Jamaica right now. So on Monday, at least 34 boys were locked out of one particular school. That was Calabar High School in St. Andrew on the first day of the academic year. When you can't come inside. The infractions ranged from uniform missing buttons, incorrect belt buckle, to tight-fitting khaki pants, and them hair too long. Now, some all-girls schools are also clamping down, barring the students who wear edges or the students who are dyeing their hair black. They want the student to come to school with their natural hair. You never know, say it's a thing. It's a thing for dye your hair black, you know. Them say when you dye the hair black, especially the one them wear rub, bleach out a little bit. Them say when time you dye the hair black is the contrasting look that it gives to the eyes and the aesthetics of how you look when you dye the hair black or whatever. The teacher them catch on to it at school and them say, did the black hair dye thing that banto? So the Ministry of Education has repeatedly cautioned schools against locking out their students, insisting that once children arrive on campus, administrators act in loco parentis, is what it's called. Principals, however, maintain that they are simply enforcing established rules. The issue that spilled over onto social media, where Jamaicans have been weighing in on whether these disciplinary measures aren't even necessary to preserve standards or whether they have gone too far. In today's Word on the Street, we share lightly edited versions of some of the public's view so that we can post them here. Somebody say, they pick them come at school. And before you accept them, you turn them out to go Igla Road. Madness. This is madness. The important thing is that them come at school. Indy Lana said, you know what? Fear is fear. So while edges do compliment the ladies, some really overdo it. Simple and subtle edges are okay. But when you give them an inch, they take a mile. Dress and carry yourselves like modest students and not like the ladies of the night. Some of these curtain edges, they really do make these young ladies look a particular way. Dress your age, man, and enjoy being kids. After all, you're not going to school for looks. You're going to school for an education. So edges and tight pants, the next person says, so edges and tight pants, I gotta stop picking for and learn. Edges and tight pants, I gotta stop picking for and learn. Some of the rules are good rules, but some just don't make no sense. What the edges are gonna do? Block them brain from receiving block them brain from receiving information. And what the pants are gonna do? Stop them brain from concentrate. Oh man. There's nothing about that hair that is baby. I've seen how they do the hair. Okay, and it did start off little and look little bit wavy around the edge of the forehead, and we know say you pass baby long time, son. A baby hair you have, but we work with it. It look nice, it look okay, but then them gone, we don't mess with it. So now it's, you ever see some of them sit down right on top of them eyelash like this? The thing is hanging like this and sit right on top of their eyelash like that. And I saw them walk around with it, look. And it close up them head front. So, yeah, that's what they're talking about. So, Black God Records says, a long time this need to happen still. Too much big man and big woman at the school. 80% of these kids, them just overdo it. Now ramp with no picnic. And we, the parents, need to be blamed at times because we see the problem and we left it for the teacher them for discipline when it should have started from home. Abundantly Supplied said the principals who lock students out, they should be removed from the schools. If the children them show up, that means they are ready to learn. Locking them out defeats the purpose of school. Let's drive a little deeper and see how well the school is actually performing. Let's put the school leaders to task and see if these measures are actually effective. This is too much. If something happens to anyone of these students who have been locked out of school, the school leaders must be held accountable. You know, I don't see it like that. They hear them look like Picheri Wing. And the Jankro and the rat batty eyelash them. Yeah, Picheri Wing, baby hair, and rat batty eyelash. They I don't see it that if they're turned away from school that the school should be responsible. Cause here what? It's not their responsibility to babysit your broke bad picnic. The children know what the rules are. Times have changed, boy. Times really have changed. Cause when me I go knocks, you can't argue with no school rule. Your parents can't argue with no school rule. You can't argue with no school rule. We know we're in a new time because in the newspaper out of the country, everybody has a say and they're actually arguing with the school rules. Arguing with school rule. If them say a black shoes for everybody, is black leather shoes for everybody and no exceptions. You can't show up in a black shoes and it's suede. You're not coming in. You're on your own till you get the leather, right? What Audrey said, the eyelash them get me all the time. Them can't blink. Them can't even see which part them go. Them can't even see which part them go. So how them go see if you learn? Teacher up there write something on chalkboard. She can't see it car eyelash them blocking our vision. Anyway, our next person said the principal who locked the students out of the school should be removed. And if anything happened to these children after they're locked out of the school, they should be held responsible. Well, how about this? How about your parents should be made aware of the rules of the school? I don't know if the school are going to send home a book of rules, and the parents must abide by that and make sure from home that your child is not coming to school breaking those rules, knowing that if they do, you have to go come pick them up because we're not letting them in. It's that simple. Right? I think these children, what a lot of people don't understand, because people in America, you know, most of the people online that are arguing against all this are people who have become Americanized. You've been living in America for a while, so you take up an American something and you want to apply the American something there to Jamaica. And you must understand that every country has its unique ways. You know, it's unique set of rules, how they raise their children, how their school systems operate, etc. Me no want to see that American something there in Jamaica when it comes to school and our picnic them and the rules. One of the most beautiful things I've seen when I'm in Jamaica is the children going to school and how everybody uniform look neat and them carry themselves with so much pride. You know, flying from here, if you live in Florida, go by one of the high school them, especially when it's summertime. A body rider shot, pum pum print or some little teeny weeny shot. So my girl, let me have to wonder if I really school them I go like that, and who's gonna let them in. My kids go to high school here. When I go to the high school here and I go to like their football games or whatever, I'm like, or when they go and pick them school, if I go pick them up, I'm in the parking lot like, one day we pull up and pick them school. This one I'll never forget. A girl and a boy jump out of the car, and the girl have on, you know, that silk nightie, the top sitting a woman clothes, I don't know what to call it, where the top can button up, button down, short sleeve, silky, right? And it's the top can button up or button down, and then you have one little short to go with it. And that the girl jump out of the car, you know, and fluffy bedroom slippers, and the boy jump out of the car in a straight pajamas. Both of them had their books heading straight into the school. So I was with one of my sons already waiting for the other one to come out, because them two of them go to see him school. And I said, Jay, they go to your school? And Jaden said, yeah, they students here. I said, they going to school now? Looking like that? He was like, Dad, that's nothing. They're dressed nice. So it's something with them used to hear. And I stayed there for a while till my other son came out. I mean, I tell you, say, by the time my other son come out, you know, I've seen it all. I say that to say this. When we start following what others are doing, we start dropping our standards, right? And every time we drop our standards, we drop it a little bit lower and a little bit lower and a little bit lower and a little bit lower. And it might take a couple of years to get there, but we will eventually get there. We will eventually get to the place where we look just like everybody else. And you can't tell who is a school student from who a sell crutches a road. And it's in the middle of school. Yeah. Both of them are pajamas. Yeah, well, women usually wear those at night around the house, you know, especially if she have her man in the house. Or like a piece of shot, something will go with it. That's what the girl showed up to school in. And she's going in class. She's going to school. Kind of like the analogy that I used about the skirt. Remember I said we keep accepting. Oh, that's people's life. Let them live. Mind your business. Let people do their own thing. And we kept accepting. Remember saying, no, it was taboo a long time ago for skirts to be too short. Skirts started out at the ankles. And then somebody got a bright idea and said, it's too hot out here. I'm going to cut 12 inches off my skirt. So the skirt end up somewhere below the knees. And people started seeing a little bit of calf and started going crazy. Oh, she must have nice legs. And the girls, our ladies, said, I got nice legs. I want to show it off. So them go another 3 inches up over the knees. Now the skirt is over the knees. Then somebody said, ooh, let's go a little shorter. And all along the way, we kept going until them end up out the door naked. Till them have on skirt where, if you slap her up on her body, your finger slide right in that little something there. That's so. You know what I'm talking about. And that's so. Because the skirt that short. You know what I mean? Like some easy access dressing that has become regular now. I don't think Jamaica should change anything about the rules and regulations when it comes to school. I think they should strictly reinforce the dress code and the fashion code, and I think all the students should be made to be held accountable. Because here's the thing. When they go out into the real world, right, after them leave school, school is to condition the children to face the real world. If school is not preparing them for the world that comes after school is done, then school not do its job. So here's what happens in the real world. You can't show up to nobody's job the way you want to. Everywhere has rules on how you are allowed to show up there. Some places a little bit more lax than others, but every place has rules on how you show up there. So you can't tell the picnic them about free for all and loosen up start conditioning their minds now. This is school. When you're outside of school, you can put on something there on your face, put on lashes, dye your hair that color there, do all of that. So when you come in here, you abide by these rules. It's all that's going to do is prepare them. Every one of us that are adults that work for some company or work somewhere outside of your home, you have to conform to their dress code or you get fired. You're no longer employed. Every one of you. Unless you're self-employed. And even then, if you're self-employed and you're trying to say scale your business, draw a certain crowd to your business or whatever, you're still going to have to attire yourself properly. So, start doing that with the picnic them. That's what we feel. I don't get what the big deal is. Another person says, my daughter attends St. Andrews and she didn't have an issue conforming. Kids need to focus more on their studies and less on these superficial things. In other words, what this person was saying is, I don't see what the big deal is from the adults. I don't see what the big deal is from the parents. I don't see what the big deal is out the road on social media. No argument shouldn't be there. Conform. Go through the program and get it done. That's simple. Imagine if the teacher and the principal spent this much time and effort actually trying to teach, is what somebody said. Imagine if the teacher and principal spent this much time and effort actually trying to teach. I think that's disingenuous because the teachers do spend a great deal of time trying to teach. Imagine your child coming to school to be a big distraction though. Yeah, that's where the problem is. So nobody know why your bugo yaga picnic. If you come distract and disrupt. Follow the rules, get your education, go home in peace. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. How you doing?
Good. To answer that person question, this is part of the teaching.
Right.
Yeah, this is part of the teaching. You see, America is a freak out, free for all environment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think where Jamaica is, we have enough. We don't need to go any further.
I agree.
We need to have standards. And this is why sometimes certain Americans get offended when people say there's no culture, because culture comes with standards. You cannot have a culture that is not in a context, right? And if people cannot identify what are the standards of your culture, then I'm gonna say you don't have the culture. Because everything every year is a new thing. Everything is always shifting.
Right.
There's nothing anchored to the floor.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And I don't think that we should move any further in losing our culture.
I agree.
I think we've moved far enough. The focus should be school. I've seen what some of these kids wear in the US. But as you said, but you ride a belly skin. All some of the teacher now, the pants so tight,
right.
Show. I mean, it's just like, what the hell is this?
Right.
You cannot tell me you're pumping out straight A students in looking like this. If not, them look sloppy. They have the bonnet on their head. They have the pajama, the same slippers they wear in the house, they wear out on road. It looks disgusting.
Disgusting.
Those are not people ready for excellence. And no matter what you say, no matter where you go in the world, people judge you by your appearance. They judge your values and they judge your level of intelligence. So you could be Albert Einstein. You're not going to go anywhere in life looking like a bum. Absolutely. Because even if you're on the train and somebody who looks just like a bum come on the train, I sit next to you, I gotta get up.
Yeah.
Because you're going, oh, you're judging them by their appearance.
Right.
So all of these excuses, all these nouveau parents who themselves did by themselves, and they want to take it the next level. We ain't doing that. No.
I absolutely agree, especially the part where you said about the culture, and culture has to have standards, right? Because if it doesn't and it's ever changing, then there is no culture. Right.
It's a trend.
Right.
It's a trend. It's not a culture. Culture, there are conditions within a culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like the other day, in Burkina Faso was big news because, in outlaw the colors, right? You know the colors I'm talking.
Yes, yes, yes.
And a lot of people were upset about it. I'm like, this is their culture. The world is not America. That's what the people don't understand. Most of the world is very conservative.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So stick with how we do things. I think it's very beautiful. I don't wear them uniform. I myself send my kids to a school. They have to wear a suit. They have to wear a uniform. It looks very neat. You're going there ready to learn. You're dressed for success. You're serious about your education. When you're at the house, you do what you want to do. But when you're at school, be serious about the environment in which you're in, because you cannot go into a government building dressed any type of way, right?
Right.
All right. So you start to understand that every environment requires a different presentation. That's part of learning. That's it. So
thank you.
That's all I want to say.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank
you. Very well put. Very well put. That thing she said about culture, that's, if you think about that, that is so true. You don't have a culture if things are always shifting and changing. Anybody can just jump in and add for them flavor to it. Then that's not culture. That's trend, right? It's a new trend, and then a next new trend develop and next new trend. Culture, though. Like, you ever look on a Rasta woman, a traditional Rasta woman, how their cultural dress is? It never changes. It's always been that, and it will always be that kind of thing. I think it's the same thing for our schools, and I think we should keep it just like that. Or else, just like I said before, we keep adding these little changes and follow people and add this, and okay, we're gonna relax on this, and we're gonna, man, them can start wear the edges now, the big bang edges will come down here, so, and then next thing you know is, man, them can wear weave and full wig now, and man, them can do a whole, put on the whole everything, and man, and before you know it, we're gonna be exactly where we don't want to be. Looking at our kids going to school years down the road and wondering, what the hell happened? What happened? Charlotte's Law says, my first job out of college, they didn't know why I dressed up. Everyone was business casual. It was just in us. Appearance is everything. Yes. And as much as we would want to say, well, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover and you shouldn't judge a person by the way they look. I hate to tell you, but That's exactly what you're going to be judged for. You're going to be judged first by the way you look. If you think about it, right? Even you, if you walk into a room, or if for those of you who are in a relationship, the first time you see the person where you did like, if them did look messed up and popped down, you would have automatically looked the other way. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, SouFlo. How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
They're here, take it easy, get a chance to talk to you again. I'm busy, but get a chance to talk to you. What more says, like, a lot of kids in Jamaica, but we're focused on Jamaica now, not about the world, Jamaica. A lot of kids in Jamaica are literally orphans. I mean, their parents will be alive now, but because of how little time they spend with them kids, to grow them kids is like they're orphans, and society have to grow the kids. You know what I mean? Because you maybe when you talk a while ago, we can name a few people in my thought, but I mean we can name a few people who we could have predict them kids outcome. You know what I mean? From the kids small, we see how the parents act, how they lose with them. And when we see daughter breed and get pregnant and frightened for man, and go back to man, and go to society, you to turn Rasta man, everybody just have the maximum in the world. You know why? Because the parents must spend time with them and show them some value. You know what I mean? Just grow them, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot of orphan is in Jamaica. A lot of people must say text and say, they be focused on teach the kids. No, the rules are rules, right?
Rules are rules.
So what you do, you teach them, just like I said, you teach them how to go in society and respect authority,
right,
from school. And that's why America so loose, because it use them no respect authority. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So when you them people that man, you have to avoid them. But them know it's like adult them. We need to train the adults them how to be adults. You know what I mean? Them need training too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, a lot the rules aren't even. It's not like say the rules them impossible to follow, or it's not like say we don't see the benefit of the rules. You know, so you can't even. You're right. It's trained on how the adults are the ones who need to be trained half of the time. Because once the adults are trained properly, like you have to be in your kids' life. You the one have to put down your foot. You have to make sure so your picnic go school according to the list of rules that are listed by the school. Enforce it from home. That kind of stuff, right? But
go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, it's like I say Jamaican keep on a lean for America. Stop leaning for America. Make America be America. And you Jamaica, if you want to be America so much, go live in America.
I agree.
But don't stay in a Jamaica and try to make America be America. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, to make Jamaica into America.
Yeah, you let people come to Jamaica and come to a different society. They say, oh, wait, it's different. But we can't be America already. So make we keep a value we have in our culture inside our country. You know what I mean? We don't have to follow everybody. So we're big because everybody have different ways of them live. You know what I mean?
Right.
So me think the government too, the prime minister whatsoever, them face like discipline the parents in terms of if a kid's not go to school, if a kid's not loose, they're hold you responsible.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I really believe in the government should police the kids and say you can't do what you want for them. Because you're mass of the society.
Do you know? So just to talk about that, what you just said right there, holding the parents responsible. You see that same Kamala Harris there? That's exactly what she implemented out in California. Why black people on a whole, you notice how during the election there were a lot of black people who were against her. Oh, she lock up black men and she this and that. I did the breakdown of it and it wasn't true. But that's one of the programs she implemented there. And they hated her for it. They hated her because she was holding families, or she was holding parents accountable for their children, because she said she would drive down the streets in the middle of a school day and she would see Black children everywhere on the streets. And these are areas that were heavy in gang activities. So she started to think, how can I make sure that these children make it to school? Because I talked to the parents, they're not listening, the kids are still missing school. Okay, how about we start holding them accountable legally then? And then she became the villain for that.
But she's smart with that.
Right.
She's smart. I'm agree with her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So we need to do it in Jamaica too. We will need to make the parents know, say, hey, we're not mash up our country now. So if we're not doing it for them, we're gonna make uno have to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
We have to do that. And find them. You know what I mean? It's like when people say driver and sister, some kids out of school, and so who your parents says, I'm driving right at the parents' gate and start out the parents. Them find them or threaten them first,
or even take them in custody, and your parents have to come pick you up from police station.
Yeah, I want all the parents come and charge them. But why kids out of school? It's not even a little fine, you know what I mean? Come and know them kids at school, so we can't find them, but we have to bring some fear, not people to control them.
Right. I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Absolutely, brother.
Yeah, all right. All right, big up yourself.
All right, manners and respect here.
All right, big up.
I couldn't get past Mistress B's own though. Mistress B comment made perfect sense. This is a level of concern. I mean, this is a point of concern to a certain level here. She said, I am with the rules of Jamaica. My only objection is notify the parents and inform them that their children or child will not be allowed in the school today due to whatever the case is. They denied them entry because them here look a certain way and it dye black and this, that, and the other, pants too tight or whatever. Notified the parents right away. You see, in the US here, I've said that before, if my children don't show up to the first class of the day or any other class throughout the day, and they have seven periods, 7 classes, I get a phone call. I get a phone call if my child even shows up first, second, and third and tries to miss 4th and 5th and then go to 6th and 7th. I get a phone call, and the phone call says, your child missed 6th and 7th period today. At your earliest convenience, please, a written note or blah, blah, blah. Yes, sir. Live on the air with SouFlo. Morning.
Oh, SouFlo, man, now I'm not joke with it. SouFlo, serious. SouFlo, serious enough.
What I talk about?
For you to grow back your rasta. Because you was a rasta when you was a barber. You remember in New York, you was a rasta when you was a barber. Yo. Little bit. Yo, bad man.
All right, bro.
Yo.
Oh, man. Yeah. I remember having long dreads on. I go try to cut this man here one time. I was like, you ready for a haircut? And he was like, me you talking? I think he was Trini. He was like, is me you talking? I said, yeah, you ready? You know, when you and I barbershop and you ask, next, you ready? And the man said, you asking me if I want a haircut? You look like you need a haircut. So I felt conscious about being a barber with long dreads, but cutting people here off at the same time. But nowadays I come on something that. So anyway, that call and there's something else. Anyhow, I don't know how many of us do this, but do you remember we have 3 sets of clothes: house clothes, shopping clothes, dress clothes, and now they're wearing their night clothes on the road. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Yes, Flo, on that topic. I used to get makers if my child is late. So I'll drop her off 7:30 and school starts 7:35. And if she's late for class, boom, we get an email or a text message. Your daughter was late for first period. And if she's missing from school, I'm getting emails and messages.
Yeah.
Or something happening in school, I'm getting, so I was always updated.
Yeah, we get the same thing here. quick notification, like at least as soon as they miss the class, we get the notification. Soon as they miss if they show up late to school, I get a notification that they were late today. If they miss a period out of the 7 periods, I know exactly which period they missed. Even if they miss, if them try to play any kind of game, right? Let me show you how good the system is. If they try to play any kind of game and say, okay, I'm gonna go to school, but I'm gonna go first period, then I'm gonna miss second, but I'm gonna go third, then I'm gonna miss fourth, but I'm gonna go fifth. I will get that phone call that says your child missed second and fourth period today. At your earliest convenience, please contact school administration or a written note that explains their absence from these periods, blah, blah, blah. So them can't even skip without. Now, as Miss B says, Mrs. B talks health and wellness with a twist. As she said, the only thing she has about that, and you have to think, when the school them in Jamaica tell the youth them so them can't come inside because your pants too tight today, where did that youth go for the rest of the day? Where him go for the rest of the day?
Him ends off out a road.
Him ends off out a road. Now he's in danger because he's not in the safe environment where his family or his parents think he is. So they should be notified like right away. Your child was not allowed in school today because uniform regulations were violated or breached. Please pick your child up at your earliest convenience, blah, blah, blah.
But they're not going to. Sometimes parents very hostile. And that you call me about, man, look at lady, me have better thing to worry about,
Well, if you pick the dead road then or get mixed up a road, that is your responsibility then.
But sometimes I realize everybody blame the parents. Yes, some of these parents are irresponsible and the kids. But what about the teachers? Because I think sometimes these teachers could be blamed, and I'm gonna tell you why.
How?
I don't think they teach them at teacher college to tell the student them say, me don't care if you want to learn, me not me still I get teacher. Sometimes these things that sometimes the teachers, because I've seen it where even in reality, some teachers pay attention to the kids that willing to learn.
Yes.
Are the ones them that are very more bright and educated. And the bad ones, they ignore. But we all know in society, anything you have that gives you a problem, you pay more attention to that until you fix it. But that's not how our teachers are bred. And being here in America, I've seen where when the
hold on, Jerome. Wait there. Hold on. Because Jerome, you ever have a room full of children to tend to by yourself yet?
Yeah, when we bring up all of my niece and my nephew to spend holiday with them.
Okay, that's a family where you can pretty much exercise a different level of authority. I'm talking about in a setting where these are people's children and you have to be very careful about how you dole out your authority against these children or over these children. You have a room full of picnic to take care of. See, when you put, that's why I said teachers should be the highest paid profession or one of the. Because when you put one somebody in our class and you put, let's go with the number 24. You put 24 picnic in that one class that with that one person. And then now you are gonna talk about the one who give problem the most. That's where we should be putting our attention. So what happened to the good picnic them that came to learn? They're not gonna be learning nothing because they're caught up with the one picnic where is a problem child. No, that child don't need to be in that classroom. Then that child needs some special education, some one-on-one from a babysitter, somebody who can cater to them in that way. But public school is not designed for a teacher to cater to one child that has issues. Public school is designed for a teacher to teach in mass, and the teacher has to get the material out and the best understanding from majority of her students. So if she have 30 in our room, she have to get at least 20 of them to understand what lesson was taught today and grasp what she's teaching. She can't get caught up. And I know it sounds like ideal to give the one who seems like they're in problem or is a problem the most time, but it's unrealistic. Unrealistic. If parents think their children, that's why parents need to be more in touch with their children. Cause everybody who have bad head picnic, most of them have one bad head picnic. So don't just send your bad head picnic go sit down in a people classroom and be a disruption all day. Does your child have behavioral issues? Is your child diagnosed with any learning disabilities or I don't know, behavioral ADHD, ADD, something that causes them to be a certain way where they can be a disruption? If that's the case, then it's a parent's responsibility to go get their children the proper help they need. And not just go let them for one teacher somewhere we have 30 other picnic for 10 to for the day.
But some teachers can be way more nicer though, because I've even in school growing up, I always learn better with my favorite teachers. My maths teacher, my English teacher, and so on. You know, them were sometimes you're scared of. You know, you work under too much pressure. And you know, and fear. But I believe that sometimes these teachers can be more nicer to some of these kids and not judge some of them.
Yeah, that's I mean, yeah, if you're going to like if you're in the business of breaking spirits, breaking children's spirits, then you are in the wrong profession, then you shouldn't even be a teacher. Yeah. You ever go like you're in a hospital setting and you see some nurse and them super aggressive and super disrespectful to patient and you're like, you shouldn't be in this profession. You know, you do this just for the money because there ain't no way. Certain professions require a certain level of compassion, a certain level of tenderness, and a certain level of willingness to get off of your high horse, you know, and come down to meet them where they're at kind of mentality. And teaching is one of those. But can they cater to everyone, badhead picnic, and ignore the rest of them kids? No. But if they're in the business of breaking children's spirit, they shouldn't be a teacher at all. They're in a wrong environment.
Here is a teacher badhead picnic, so
yeah.
Don't earn come off iPhone before you drop to John John. Because I know you go for John John. You know?
Me arrest John John for a while now. End up on vacation. You know, see that?
All right.
All right, bro. Oh man, yeah, I be feeling sorry for some of these teachers. You know, the teacher them when me feel sorry for, and I don't think they talk about this enough. The teachers who leave Jamaica because they're not getting paid enough there, and you know the promise of being paid good here, at least able to see their way out a decent living. Because everybody wants to be able to see them way out. If you are a person who went to school, got your education, furthered yourself, and now you're in your career field, you want to be paid decent at the least on a daily basis. Your bills paid and you know you have little something or whatever. So them run left Jamaica and come a foreign, and when them come a foreign, them buck up, you know. Because you know how the kids are here. And the kids them here, you know. The kids them here, Missy Pickney here already tell Jamaican teacher, well, take your monkey ass back to Jamaica then, bitch. And y'all come out of Jamaica as a high school teacher, you never hear that before. And now you in an environment where you can't do nothing about it. Say something to me. Say something to me and see if I don't punch you in your shit. This bitch keep talking. That's a trouble child. That's a trouble child. But yeah, man, teaching is rough. Teaching is rough. And I just think parents need to do their part, from following all the rules that come with the school, from the dress code to is your child doing their homeworks at home. All them something their parents' responsibility. How many parents open up their picnic school bag and go in there? You get homework today? How you are doing at school before report card come out? Because when report card come out, it's too late. Them don't get the F and the D already, right? You should have been on it from way before that. What are your grades looking like? Open your book bag, empty your book out, your book them on the table here. So let me see how your book bag look inside. I've opened book bags already and seen like the picnic dust crush up everything. So I stuff it down in a book bag and just stuff. The only thing in the book bag that's not crushed up are the book them, because the book them heavy and them hard covered. That's why them not crush up. But everything else, and when you're going there, so you have to pull out the assignment. Yeah, so but you just got this today. Why does it look like this? You know, all this is parents' responsibility. Teachers have a lot of responsibility. Parents have a lot of responsibility too. That's why I know parenting don't come with a book that tells you how to be a parent, but just know say parenting is a whole lot of work. That's why you hear me say stuff like, I really need to go around and tell people, if you're truly not ready to be a parent, if you're not ready for frustration, if you're not ready to be tired, because you can't go rest, you know. You have to make sure everything done. And then you have to keep house too. You have to give them a safe and nice environment to live in that's conducive to feeling secured and learning and all these things. Then you have to provide. Then you have to be on top of them about all other things. And as they grow, the responsibility grows too. But we can't leave all that on teachers. The teachers need our help. If all these parents were actually following the school rules, none of these students would be getting turned away at school. Everybody would have show up ready. Everybody would show up ready. I know for me, I've never seen one of my sons with their pants hanging low off their ass or anything like that. Them just know from them little and tiny till now that they're big that my dad would flip out if he ever saw me like that. So we've been on that from them little. So I know something where them grow up and do. So I don't have to worry when they're not around me because it's just not something they're into. You know what I mean? You have to be a parent and you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. Yeah, you got to put the work in. That's your job as a parent. Lulu says, I was a rebel in high school. My poor father was there so often, they offered him a job. Basically, I was bored with the day-to-day dull drum. Yeah, me not do all that. I wasn't no rebel like that. I had the kind of parents where if they got called to the school, I probably would get my ass beat in the school, which would be embarrassing. So me wouldn't do that. Yeah. Your daddy spoil you. It's the parents who decide to point the pants in boys and the women who decide it in men. Marvin says it's the parents who decide the pants in boy and the women who decide it in men. Clear that up for me. Kaz says, SouFlo, the world is led by example. If you was wearing your clothes so, at the same way your children would be wearing their clothes. That too. That too. And I was definitely just never into that fashion. Me not see why one man, a grown man, would want him body outside. It just never made sense to me to do it. Why you got your body out the door? The purpose of my pants was to cover my ass. So why do I have a pants on, but I purposely put it under my body so my body outside? Me never get the fashion there at all. And I'm not judging anybody who, that's a your thing. My mom used to work at the prison. I said this before. My mom used to work at the prison. I remember I went to go pick her up from work. My mother never knows, back in the day, my mom never knows my learner's permit was actually not my driver's license. So I start take my mother car from me at 14. And my mom used to say, go drop your sister to here, practice, drop your brother to football, and do this, do that, and whatever. Me knowing myself say is a learner's permit, but my mother is a Jamaican woman. And a foreign where they grew up. And back in the day when they used to give you a learner's permit, it never said learner's permit. It just looked like a driver's license. So my mom was like, yeah, I have him driver's license. He's so smart. He got his driver's license young. I remember going to the prison one day, go pick my mom from work, and I saw guys walking around with two things. One, they had one shirt sleeve roll up, so on one side of them. And I notice, cause me I look at the people them a prison. I'm looking at the people them through the fence and stuff, and then they had the pants off their ass. So when my mom came out, I asked her, I said, "Mommy, why they roll up one side of their? Cause I see some of them with one side of them shirt sleeve roll up, and why they wear their pants down like so, all the way down like that?" And my mom said, "That's undercover activities. It's a signal to let the other homos in there know that you open for business or you get down like that." My mother tell me that from me at 14. So I could never grow up and be like, yeah, I think that's fashion is dope. I'm gonna sag my pants like that. I'm cool. Me not sell body. So me I wear my pants with my belt or my buy if I wear it with and tight up my belt. I saw a documentary that explained that it was a booty call. Yes, it's a prison booty call. Morning, Let's Bond TV. Big up yourself, bro. 5 up. 5 up some morning, people. Let me make a quick pass through. They're on the job, moving. All right. Productivity and progress is what we deal with. You don't know that go already. I saw a documentary that explained it, and there was a booty call for other men. Said them ready. Raddy's daughter. But me know that before it became fashion. That's what I was trying to say. I knew this before it became fashion in hip hop fashion. Because what was happening, and I'm sure the documentary showed you that, right? What was happening was, see, hip hop took a change. It was like infiltrated. If you think about early hip hop, when we were growing up, early hip hop, you had the African medallions. We used to talk about righteousness and being conscious and being aware of self and our ancestry and paying homage to the ancestors and relying on the power of the ancestors and all this type of stuff, right? This was hip hop and rap. And then in came at some point, I remember growing up, in came gangster rap out of nowhere. So we were into like the De La Souls and them kind of something there. Then came gangster rap. And when gangster rap came in, I don't know whose idea it was to usher that in. When gangster rap came in, it phased out the conscious kind of hip hop or the what hip hop was before, and them start call it backpack hip hop or backpackers hip hop. And then came the gangster something. So in the gangster rap now you had, this is where we started calling our women bitches and hoes, right? And then this is where our main focus became money, cars, and clothes. And then we actually started rapping about it. Money, cars, and clothes, bitches and hoes, that's all we know. You know, we never know how dangerous this was enough, but I was growing up witnessing what would become what is today. Imagine going from consciousness to money, cars, and clothes, bitches and hoes. That's a big jump. And what they started doing was record labels started giving big contracts only to the rappers who were gang affiliated or had a prison record, like he just did 2 years and just came home. Oh, he's a member of the Crips or he's a member of the Bloods. And everywhere you see him, you see like 10 Bloods or 10 Crips with him. Those are the guys that started getting the record label contracts and the advance money and all that other stuff. I think it was done on purpose. I think it was done on purpose, honestly. So while they were coming out of prison, they were coming out of prison with that same fashion that I asked my mom what that was. And of course, they're doing their videos, and the videos are blowing up because it's getting all the promotion in the world. And naturally, anything that blows up in the art space normally becomes everyday life stuff. These hip hop videos kind of dictate fashion. You know what I mean? What's popping next? I seen the Migos rapped about put her booty on my Gucci belt. All of a sudden, Every ninja wanted a Gucci belt and went and got a Gucci belt. Just to show you how the power of the music, you know, and the images from the videos. So once that came into the culture with the pants off the ass, and that's how it came in, it was downhill from then. So it was supposed to be something fly, something that looked good. I like mom, and then the female started taking a liking to it. I like my man with a little bit of thug in him. Well, yeah, no pun intended either. He had a little bit of thug in him, all right. Because then came the explosion of the homo thug. Yeah, but we're not gonna get into all that this morning. Kaz Robinson says, "Are rapping rubbish to sway our children." Public Enemy, Run DMC, etc. Yes, yes, Nans. The Queen Latifahs, the MC Lights, them kind of something that will come from. Who you calling the bitch? UNITY. Them kind of sitting there. And we went from, who you calling the bitch? Like, I'm about to punch you in your shit. Who you calling the bitch? We went from that to me and my bitches. Yo, how did we get to that? To where it was considered to be endearing to refer to you and your homegirls or you and your friends, your besties, as me and my bitches. So I know you are alone, a bitch. Which for me, bitch will always be a female dog. Oh no, SouFlo, it's not. It's not. We have our right to take the word and put it how we want to put it. But the same people, when I say to them, the N word for us is different, right? Them same one look on me and tell me, say, no, it's not. No, it's not. You say it with an A at the end is not different from an ER at the end. And I say, yeah, it is, because it's an acronym. NIGGA. N.I.G.G.A. It's like saying CEO, right? It's like saying, so it's an abbreviation, it's an acronym, but it's never ignorant getting goals accomplished. So it was supposed to be that, a spin off of the negative word with the ER that they tried to pin on us for the longest. Them no want buy that, but they'll buy calling themselves bitch. Me not get it. Me not get it. I know one time gone, you call a female a bitch, she would literally fight you. She would literally fight you. So to be in a time now when she actually called herself that and think it's cool. When you're there on earth long enough, you see a lot of stuff, not true? Yeah, you see a lot of stuff. You gotta like wonder. Nan says, have you sat back and watched a female dog in action? Being called a bitch is offensive. It is. It is. But the crazy thing though, Nans, is if you sit back and watch the female dog in action, right? That's how a lot of our sisters move today. Just like the female dog. Yeah, so when she calling herself a bitch, that's why anytime I hear a female refer to herself as a bitch, I don't care if she put boss before it, I'm a boss bitch, or whatever. Once I hear the bitch, I already know what type of person she is. You know what I mean? They start moving like it. First, you call yourself the name, and then you start moving like what the name is. Why do you think they say that it's important to what you name your children? Because once you name your children certain names, the children start living into the realism of the name. You know what I mean? They start living up to the name. So you start naming yourself a bitch, you start actually moving like a bitch. They bark and everything. You ever see them when they're ready to argue? Yeah, they bark and everything. It's like, rah, 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 rah. You can't talk to them about nothing. There's no, they bark and everything. Multiple partners everywhere. I don't know. When me there country, when I grew up in Jamaica, I used to see the dog them get stuck. And the bitch of the community always would like one different dog. And dog stuck in her to the Bringle from over Miss Nettie them yard stuck in her to the Blackie from over Miss Smith them yard stuck in her tomorrow. And you know the dog them fast and back way and them and them I try them. Our elders used to hate seeing it. And they used to like fling something off of them. Move your nasty self and go from road. And then sometimes he might pull and go this way, she pull and go that the way there. Yeah. But man, my first name Nandi, and my daddy explained the significance behind it, and I appreciate it. Yeah, man, you have to name your kids them with something that makes some sense. Them fling water upon them. Move your nasty self from around you. That time my dugu you dog them, my dugu and stuck, you know. Yeah, honestly, I always thought that was painful. Well, I don't know. I grew up to know that how their body works now. Like, you know, the man dog theme thing expand, it go in skinny and then it blow up inside. So it's like locked in. Yeah. And if him not ready, if him not pop off it before him pull out, it's like him almost can't pull out. Sometimes them raw like eel. And the rest of the dog waiting on the side, right, Chris H? And the rest of the dogs waiting on the side. Just man to man to man to man with dog to dog to dog with other dogs waiting like a theme turn. My grandfather used to run them, especially the slut dog. Them grandpa used to call them slut dog, you know, Mas Clevey. Mas Clevey used to run them. Because he was like, once them come around, them just bring one bag of other dog around the place. Other dog from other communities. Jamaican dogs. I can't speak for any other Caribbean island, but Jamaican dogs, them have a life of their own. You ever think about this? Jamaican dogs have a life of their own, my friend. Like, you have dog, especially down a country there, you have the dog them, but me see them at town too. You have the dog them where they know where their yard is, right? And the people them will have the yard, them all cook and everybody done eat and then mix up that with some tonkan meal or some something and set the dog them food. So Bringle and Blackie don't know for them yard. They don't know they get fed the same time almost every day. And Bringle and Blackie touch road. Them touch road at daytime because they're not in the yard at daytime, you know. They might go on the next community over or so, and them have a little slut dog over there. So them go jump the slut dog. One of them will get stuck in our today, and him have picnic in our different communities. Even our men. It's not just our women. So no disrespect to the women them, like me I chat about women only. Even when man them, we used to call ourselves gods. We used to call ourselves gods and gods on earth. And then we went from that to saying, want dog. And some people try to justify it and say, nah, God is dog backwards. So we were just trying to trick some people, you know what I'm saying? Make them think we're degrading ourselves. But we know the science behind it. We saying, dog, what's up, dog? We really mean, what's up, God? No, we used to actually say, God, peace to the God. What's up, God? Right? And we go from call ourselves God to call ourselves dog. Just like how our women went from saying, who you calling a bitch? Don't call me no bitch. She went from that to me and my bitches. So we literally went dog. And if you think about it, the man them didn't operate the same way too. Whole heap of community teely. Man just a share out himself, jump on every little bit to MC kind of thing. Pick me over here, pick me over there. A lot of our men were doing the same thing too. So we were imitating, or we were living up to the name that we started calling ourselves. Yo, well on there. Chris says, yo, I had a female dog when I was young. Can't lie. I felt like an overprotective father. LOL. We had dogs. Our dogs used to leave the yard and go breed other people's dog over for them yard. And then they used to come tell grandpa them, say the dog have, for them dog have picnic. Like grandpa supposed to pay a child support or something like that. Yeah, he used to come back and tell us, say, yeah, Natty breed up for dog, you know. Him have some puppy over there. Them look just like him too. It's kind of like it was almost country life. It's kind of like it was almost your son went and breed Miss Mavis' daughter. And Miss Mavis come at the yard, come tell you, say, well, your boy Mikey breed my daughter, you know, and she have twins, and boy, you can come look on the baby, them look just like him. See, that's how our dogs used to do. Them used to go breed other people dog, walk up and down, go through bush and sitting, and then when them ready, them come back home. Come back home, they get fed the same time every day. They protect the yard at nighttime mostly. All of them, they are them yard at nighttime. Unless something are going out the road, them touch the road late at night. You see it? Like people. Like people. Country life. All the dog them touch the road late at night like people. Sometimes you look for your dog late at night to get too bark up. Because somebody are coming at the yard, the dog gone. Dog gone check him brethren them. Don't know what them a do. Them find one new bitch. Yeah. Oh man. So yeah. As far as the uniform and stuff goes, I'm all for it. I'm all for them. Just don't mess with the thing. Don't mess with the thing. And I'm gonna say it again. One of the most beautiful things I've seen out of Jamaica was this: the uniforms and how we look. Somebody asked me yesterday. I'll just run through this in passing. Somebody asked me yesterday, SouFlo, what's up with the Noel Maitland case and the Donnelly Donaldson thing? I said I'll go look because the last video I did, they had went on break. But I don't remember what date I told you in the last video. So I'll go look. Okay, nothing is happening with that case. The case was adjourned on July 30th, I believe it was, sometime around then. And the case will start again September 16th. So September 16th, which is 6 days from now, Noel Maitland will be back in court again, trying to defend himself, and the state will be trying to get some justice for Donnelly Donaldson. All right, that's for the people them when they asked me yesterday, what's the update? There's no update other than the same thing. September 16th, back in court. All right. New Audrey, is October they be back? It says September 16th. Kaz? Yeah, Marvin, I don't know if your dog gone a dance or, you know, me I go up a road there now. Can't say them I go beat two domino. You can't say them I go check a bitch. I have a new bitch on the lane. Well, yeah. Okay. I was wondering if you knew something different than I did. Because I'm reading it right here. It says September 16th. All right. Moving right along. Let's wait. I was trying to finish at 11. So there, and I'm only doing this because I thought this was kind of something to know. I want y'all to know something, right? As much as we try to do different types of topics and stuff, there are a lot of people, and I'm not surprised, but I am surprised. I can't tell you how many people say, SouFlo, long time I don't go back to Jamaica, you know, and you keep me up to date as to what go on in the place, you know. And I'm like, I don't think I'm such a good, I don't know how to put it. Like, I don't think I'm, if you didn't want to know what go on in Jamaica, you could have like go look for Jamaica news, right? But them said no, them come here so I be trying to cover a lot of stuff because I know that there's an audience here who like to be kept up to date, abreast. Maybe because we discuss things other than just say it like it's the news. Some things I do say like it's the news though. All right. Anyway, jury duty left to the poor. One of the biggest things they have in Jamaica, our problem is when cases are to be heard and a jury is supposed to be selected, they have a problem finding the jury members. And I used to think it's because they were like the people I'm afraid. You know, me no want to sit down. Me no want to sit down for nobody jury and then them come, bad man come, or you send my brother go to jail or prison or whatever. But that's not the case. The case is actually that apparently people think that it's something that is above, they're above that. It's like a menial kind of duty. Chief Justice Brian Sykes has warned that avoidance of jury duty by the middle classes and those who are living in gated communities has placed a disproportionate burden on the working poor in Jamaica because somebody has to serve. He was speaking on Sunday during a service to mark the start of the legal year at Meadowbrook United Church in St. Andrew, linking his message to the setting of Sunday's service with Meadowbrook United Church located in a middle-income community. Chief Justice Sykes used the opportunity to challenge members of the congregation to answer the call of civic duty. He thought it was the opportune time to say something to them since he is in their community and have all of them gathered up in a church today. Noting that churches like Meadowbrook's tend to have middle class to upper middle class people. Sykes argued that way too often people in professional and business circles find reasons to avoid serving as jurors. He said as soon as they get the jury notice, they're either suffering from some kind of ailment or some sort of cancer, or they have business or enterprises that they are in, realize that this person is so indispensable. If they come to jury service, the business will literally have to close, etc. Who has advocated for the abolition of jury trials to the upset of many or some lawyers. So Chief Justice Sykes has advocated for the abolition of jury trials, of course, to the upset of some lawyers. Could you imagine if we go to no jury and the standard is your case will be decided by a judge and that's the final? So what that means is that as time goes on, the jury services falling disproportionately on those who can least afford it, because these are the people who actually can't afford to take time off. These are the people who actually, they are lower middle class to into the poor. So the bartenders, he said, the barmaids, the fishermen, the cleaners, the people who clean houses, you know, the washerwoman, these kind of things, the watchmen, the guardsmen, those persons, they are not in gated communities unless they work there. So those are the persons that the police find it easier to find, and they're the ones who are usually willing to do the work without any excuses. So he was urging members of this church that whenever you get your jury duty notice, you should treat it with a smile and you should say, I will be the first at the doorsteps of the court. On that day, I am going to be turning up. Kaz Robinson says they need to start issuing fines for not attending. One way for Jamaica to make money and for, but he's saying that they show up with good excuses though. They show up with stuff like they have cancer treatment to go to, or they have a business that they run and they are the indispensable person in that business. Like if they leave to do jury duty, that business would literally close down, etc. So they always have a way out of it. And that's probably why he was advocating for the jury, trial by jury, to be abolished. No, trial by jury being abolished, that's something else. That's crazy. In my eyes. Chris H says, don't they compensate pay for? That's Jamaica. I don't even think they'll be paying you enough. I've never heard somebody say they get paid. Then I've heard another person say them get enough for gas money, but not to pay your bills for the time you're serving as the juror. Yes, Audrey, that is what I must say. Them get fake letter from them doctor. Well, he can't say them get fake letter from them doctor, but he does say as soon as them get the letter, suddenly they're suffering from some type of cancer or something like that. He says, are we prepared to be slapped for the love of God, for the love of others, for the love of country, for the love of what is right and just, and reasonable and fair and equitable? He said, of a figurative act that triggers a reaction, nothing will change unless those among us who are diligent and obedient and faithful to our calling to be disciplined disciples of God become the salt and the light, become agents of transformation despite the cost, despite the uncertainty of our ability to survive, the efforts, but always, always rooted in our calling to follow the lead of our Savior, our Lord, Jesus Christ. So I beg in the name of God, basically, for middle to upper class Jamaicans to please, when you get the jury notice them, please answer them. Please come. We need you. We need you because the poor people them alone can't do it. Which brings us to the last part of our morning. And the last part of our morning is our question and answer session. This is how everybody chip in, answer the question, then we get a bit festive, and then we get out of here. We only have 47, 44, 50, 13 minutes left. Right? We only have 13 minutes left. So, without further ado, we go right into our questions. All right? Have you ever had a crush on a cartoon character? And if you did, which one? Have you ever had a crush on a cartoon character? And if you did, which one? Let me see some of these comments. I'll start off first. Have you ever had a crush on a cartoon character? And if you did, which one? Kaz Robinson says none. Sheldon says no. Here. Hey, Audrey. Wait. Nance and Audrey. Audrey says Hercules, man. Nance says Lion O from Thundercats. For me it was damn. What's the cartoon character name? Did y'all ever see Roger Rabbit? You ever watch Roger Rabbit? And remember the woman from in a Roger Rabbit? In the tight red dress, and she used to walk like this. that used to be my crush. Cartoon crush. We listened. Wait, we must have been some lonely ass kids, boy. We listen, but we don't judge. Betty Boop. No, Betty Boop is the little short one with the full eyes. Roger Rabbit one is a different one. All right. All right. Next question. Couple of us in here are weird. Who framed Roger Rabbit? Banches. If you were a ghost, would you haunt people? Would you just fly around and just chill, or would you actually haunt people if you were a ghost? Jessica Rabbit. I think it's Jessica Rabbit. Nobody don't know her name from LOL. Jessica Rabbit. None say her name. Pretty sure it's Jessica Rabbit. Let me see. It's Jessica Rabbit. Jessica Rabbit. Yep. There she is. Jessica Rabbit, bro. See her there? See? Thank you, Nance. All the youngins in here is like, who the hell is that? I never said, what cartoon is that? Yeah, Jessica. Jessica, why you doing that? Jessica Rabbit, look like you like crushing. All right. If you were a ghost, would you haunt people? Here's another one. If you had to dress in one color for the rest of your life, what would that one color be? Julie Tapper says yes, because I know some to hurt. I know some to haunt. If I was a ghost, I would go around making some justices served, making sure justice is served. I saw. Black, Nance? The question was, if you had to wear only one color for the rest of your life, what would that one color be? White out like Ellie Lewis. Black. Mervin, black. Stacey says green. Mervin says black. Who else? Donna Davis says blue. Banches says blue. Which celebrity would you want as a bestie? And why? Which celebrity would you want as a bestie and why? YouTube won't let me post my ghost comment. Which celebrity would you want as a bestie and why? 53. We have 7 minutes left. If I were a ghost, I would be mischievous but not harmful, says Lulu Ridges. If I was a ghost, I would be mischievous and not harmful. Nan says his insight on investments, plus he is easy on the eyes. Wait, Nance, who did you say? S Diva says Spice. Okay. S Diva says Spice. Oh, Nan says Nas. Okay, Nas the rapper, Nas. Okay. Donna Davis says Spice because she is real. Okay, get it. I would probably go for, well, me a man, so me don't want no bestie. I'm a loner. I don't want no bestie. But if I had to choose, that's superficial though. That would be purely superficial. I'm not even going to say that. Rihanna because of her business. You see, and I was going to say Jay-Z because of his business sense. I'm trying to figure out how he became and try to see some angles to business. But then that wouldn't be your bestie. That would probably just be you trying to figure out how to get rich, cause them rich. On the other hand, I would just like to be alone. Murray's message says Chief Richard Curry. Murray. So Chief, you have to say why too, you know. Murray says Chief Richard Curry. Michael Jackson, if he was still alive. Wait there. Banshee says Condro. Andrew Holness? Wow. Mariah Carey. Julie Tapper says Mariah Carey. Kaz Robinson says, well, my bestie would be me. That can't work. It have to be somebody else. Mari's message says he's easy on the eyes too. Are your bestie, you know? Are your bestie, you can't. They are, I think I prefer ride your bestie, you know. There's no friends with benefits. Lulu Ridges says Tom Cruise because he's fearless. Really? Tom Cruise is fearless? He's fearless in the movies. I don't know how Jay-Z became such a knowledgeable businessman and he was a dunce in high school, says Crystal G. Yeah, Crystal G, you know what though? It'd be a lot of the people in high school or in school days who people thought were dunce. They end up ruling or running a section of the world when they get older. And it's the bright ones them who end up fading out. Maybe he wasn't dunce. Maybe he was just in a wrong environment. You know? Rezabella says Keanu Reeves. Be a white man, Mr. Ronya. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, SouFLo.
Hey, family. How you doing?
Just want to answer your question. Chief Richard Curry.
Yeah.
I love how he governs.
Okay.
I love the fact that he is in control of the heart of Jamaica. He does a great job.
Got it. True.
I'm going back in the chat.
All right. Well said. All right. That's Marie. Marie's message for on TV. Well said. Well said. Medea, you know, the other side of my mind, I say, I'm on Charlotte, but I'm on y'all look, but I love how he governs. Next thing you get running man about you want him govern you. Audrey over there talk about, yeah, he's easy on the eyes too. Like we're idiot. But I drop me a mic. Look, yo, Marvin the Point Jamaica Curse says Anita Baker. I like her vibes. You like our vibes? Soul is music. Sweet love. Yeah. Okay. So you know what? Nan says, so you know what? Some of him governance too. Caught up in the rapture of love. Nothing else could compare. When I feel them. How old is Anita Baker now? She still look good. She looks super good. Anita Baker look good. When the next one named Patti LaBelle looks like she's not aging. Patti LaBelle look like she's not age. Anita Baker look good. Shaka Khan. I used to have a huge crush on Shaka Khan growing up. Here Nans again, boy. You look like you love crushing. I used to have a huge crush on Shaka Khan. Yeah, Shaka Khan is bad. Was bad. She still look good though. Fair. I mean, she a big woman, like big woman, but I don't know if any plastic surgery was done on these people or You know, when you have the millions like that, it kind of make you look younger because your life not too stressed out. You go sleep when you want to feel like it and wake up when you... I don't know. When you have money, you can stay young. Yeah, because them slice around your so and dry your face. So, dry your face skin, go staple it back of your head and them kind of something there and then stitch it up and put hair over it and ray. Yeah, we don't have them kind of money there, you know, so we're gonna look all, we're gonna look how we're supposed to look. Them are gonna know we age, but I guess that's what rich people be doing. Them slice around here so and dry them skin go wear around here so and staple it to the back of them ears and all kind of something. You just won $10,000. What are you going to do with this money? You have to spend it today. You just won $10,000. What are you going to do with this money? And you got to spend it today. Today. Tomorrow can't catch you with it. You look a little jackpot, $10,000. What you going to do with it today? This is our last question of the morning. We're at 11 a.m. Shaka looks the same. Our surgeon bad. Shaka Khan don't look like she aging at all. And whatever she's doing, she don't look like plastic surgery has a part to do with it. You know, some people do plastic surgery and them just look like, they look like they did something. She don't look like it. Where's Anans? Bills. Investing is spending, right? Yes. I guess. The question is just, you just won $10,000 today, but you have to spend it today. What are you spending it on? Right there, who said trips to Turks and Caicos? Ray. Family trip? A family trip to Turks and Caicos? Oh, Lulu Ridges says, Buju Banton would that be for our bestie? Because him so raw. The raw there. Angela Bassett looks as well. Bills and more bills. 14-day cruise. Norma Jean says, go on a 14-day cruise. Virtuous Fire said, buy some stock. Update my vehicle, says Kaz Robinson. I think it was Mervin. $5,000 family trip, $5,000 on building material. Okay. Invest in community initiatives. I have a good network. Everybody will flip that easy. Nothing illegal. Crystal G says, SouFlo, my bestie. I saw. Big up yourself, Crystal G. Somebody want me. Shaka Khan is 72. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. She older than my mama. If she's 72, she's older than my mom. Get braces. All right, we're gonna leave it Nessa this morning because you're gonna lead me into something else right now that I don't want to go into. As soon as I just say get braces, me remember something. I'll just leave this out there. How long are you supposed to wear braces for? I'm not gonna call no names, but there are 2 Jamaican celebrities who have been wearing braces now for, and this is where we're gonna pick up tomorrow morning. You see, when we start tomorrow morning, I want you to put on the screen who these 2 Jamaican, may I write it down, celebrities who wear braces are, that I am talking about. Now, there are many more who wear braces, so you have to do your little work and find out who the 2 are that I'm talking about. There are 2 celebrities who wear braces that have been wearing braces for like years upon years now. I know one of them has had their braces for at least 7 years. Are you supposed to wear braces that long? Interesting. Anyway, we're gonna left it right, that's all. Listen, like my granny Miss Ruby would say, be good. If you can't be good, be careful. But it's best to be good. See all right, that's all. And Mas Clevey is right there. So beside our Mas Clevey said, I will see you tomorrow, if God spare me life. Lulu said, get braces for, and didn't finish the sentence. But that triggered me to think about these two Jamaican celebrities who have been wearing braces for. One of them I wear braces for about 10 years now. And one has been wearing braces for about 7 years now. Who are those two? I'll see you tomorrow right here, if God spare me life. Manners and respect to each and every one of you tuning in. Have a wonderful day. Try find a reason to keep a smile on your face, man. Like we started out the live saying this morning, life is short, you know, and things ain't always going to be the same. So bask in the happiness when you have it, and you don't know, life are going to throw you the lemons regardless. I put a video up this morning taking my son through some training. It's probably a video that you might find interesting watching, especially those of you who have children who play sports. I'm getting these boys ready for college so they can go play football at a college level. And then I can tell you that some great things are about to happen. But we're not going to talk on it. We're just going to execute and then make everybody else witness it. Know what I mean? All right. So if you see the video, get a video of you, and then we'll talk more tomorrow right here. I'm out. Peace.